my like 300 square foot apartment. It's tiny, but it's okay.
Ooh, it looks like we have gone live.
Indeed.
We're live.
Buttons have been hit.
It's official.
And I assume Joey is manically pushing buttons as usual. Make some noise though, Joey.
Making the tweets.
Making the tweets. Awesome.
Twiddly
All
tweets.
right. Let's see here. Do we have a full house? I see people. Lots of people. So before we dive into our recap, I would like to turn it over. Somebody has an awesome new picture. And I'm going to say that's Dusk. And Dusk, where'd you get your awesome new picture from?
I got it from an artist called Simple Dog and Plurk, and I have their link. So where should I put that link?
I'm going to reveal who I like to watch by saying eventually we'll make it show up in the doobly-doo. And so,
Yes.
there we go.
Yay!
Yay.
References. The doobly-doo. So we will put that in the doobly-doo, and he can sue me later for using his word. Actually, probably won't need to. He's got lots of money right now. But my jealousy aside, let's talk about some of the things that have happened. The orphans of the Warren of Unwanted Burdens returned to the town of Greenest, expecting a reunion of sorts after having been away for a year or so. As they approached, however, they discovered the town of Greenest was besieged by cultists, kobolds, and flying overhead a giant blue dragon. They fought off kobolds and cultists, rescued their one-time caretaker Glumfellow along with 3 children, and reunited with Valandra, who had stayed behind. They then made their way to the keep, battling another batch of kobolds and cultists. Once they arrived in the keep, they settled down, rested for about an hour. Night fell. It had already tripped. And when it landed, they made their way out at the request of Governor Tarball Nighthill. The governor requested that they go and save the people trapped in the temple. The party set out, making their way through an underground tunnel filled with rats. They took a short swim, and when they emerged, they discovered more kobolds and cultists, which they fought off. Taking their cloaks and disguising themselves with way too much eyeshadow, the party made its way through. Killing me. They made their way through Greenest to the temple of Chauntea. There, with expert deception, they managed to make their way to the south side of the temple. After a 1, 2, 3 count by Chloe, cleverly disguised as counting firewood, murder happened. A lot of murder. The kobolds and the cultists were struck down as the others continued unaware of what was happening in the smoke. The dragon soared overhead, but luckily everyone was hidden at that time. After the dragon passed, the townsfolk and the orphans made their way back to the keep. Stealthily at first, less stealthily at second, and a little encounter which allowed them to demonstrate exactly how scary they can be. Scary enough, in fact, to capture one of the acolytes that the cultists had brought with them. Theodore, now a prisoner, brought along. The townsfolk, dunked and risen in the tunnel, made their way up the slippery slope into the keep. With the encouragement of the orphans followed along after, each taking their own way of looking into what was going on. As they reach the top of the tunnel, Valandra, having stayed behind to tend the wounded, sees first 40 or 50 townsfolk pouring out. It becomes a bit of a madhouse in the keep as people reunited with family members they weren't sure were still alive. A lot of hugs, a lot of crying, a lot of things going on. It seems to have calmed down a little bit. The cultists regrouping outside as they recover from the several parties that have fallen to the adventurers. Thank you for the host. 20 side to every story. Sorry, I got distracted reading there, folks. So the party makes their way up that slippery slope. Hard to say. As they reach the top, they can see the confusion going on as people are looking for loved ones, sorting things out. Joey has been bellowing the whole time, calling out instructions, sometimes physically picking people up, dragging them along. Several of them have looked to him thankfully for this extra effort that he gave. Old folks, young folks, people who just could not make it through the muck and the mud or up that slippery slope were assisted, especially once Joey thought to string up a rope along the old pulley system that led down that well shaft so he could haul them up. A lot of questions were asked, a lot of investigation done. Among the things that stood out, though, Dusk entertained and told stories to the young to keep them in motion, keep them distracted. And as you guys get out and start making your way into the center of the keep, you notice a change has come over some of the townsfolk. Dusk, among the first, despite being soaked, you guys have been through muck, you've been dunked in water, you've crawled up a tunnel filled with dead rats. Dusk, you feel a warmth on the side of your leg, and then the other, as you realize children are just clinging to you.
Aww.
On your shoulder, you feel a warm spot that then goes away as some of the grown folk just rest their hand on you, give you a little bit of a shake, taking in from your solidarity before they move on. Joey, you've probably heard thank you more times in the past 10 minutes than you have in your entire life.
Disgusting. Get him to shut up.
There you go. But they're trying. They're trying. Waverly, you have heard a lot as you were going along. So has Tillase. And a lot of what you heard was kind of why everyone was in the temple. And you guys picked up a little bit of that early on. They were there praying for your souls, and it seems that they feel those prayers may have been answered. There's a lot of doubt that happens when the orphans come back. They tend to go away again, and sometimes people go missing along that same time frame. Now they're treating you as the heroes of Greenest.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I know exactly how I feel about that. Tlace is visibly offended when someone says that to her, that they've prayed for her soul and their prayer was answered. She's visibly offended. She's not even trying to hide it.
Absolutely. So that's where I'm going to open it back up to you guys. You have heard that. You do know within the keep, Escobar the Red and Governor Nighthill are looking forward to interviewing the new captive, Theodore, who's been brought back to the keep due to your efforts. Dusk let everyone know that they're scared that the mill might be burnt down, the mill being the source of a lot of food for the town and quite a bit of revenue. What are you guys doing in this first few minutes as you return to the keep?
How did Dawn talking with the governor go?
So that one we're going to hold off on until you guys
Okay.
approach him. So if you're making a beeline for him, he's right there.
What's everyone else doing first?
Tlace is drying her clothes. Appearance is everything. Prestidigitation, all in her clothes. She knows she can't do anything with her hair, but that's fine. She looks good with wet hair anyway.
This probably asks for some help with drying off as well because she has a lot of fluff and being wet is very sad.
I can't dry your fur. I can't.
No, sadness.
It doesn't work on your fur. Otherwise, I'd do it to my hair.
Oh, we'll help. We'll help.
I wonder-
And little children run over and start making static with you.
Oh,
That's so cute. Oh no.
And Dawn will awkwardly step away if any of them try to do the same to him. Just sort of sidestep.
The
I?
prisoner is secured. Is the prisoner conscious yet?
The prisoner is secured. The prisoner is not yet conscious. He'll be unconscious for a little while, you
Okay.
think, unless someone offers him magical healing
No.
or a potion.
Those spells are for my friends.
Idion,
No magical healing for you.
Idion, the priest of Chauntea, seems to be ready to offer healing to him so that he can be interrogated when you are ready.
Can I dry people off with the shape water cantrip? It says you instantaneously move or change the flow of water as you direct. I don't know if that's...
Like move all the water away from the people?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm willing to allow it if you're willing to try it.
Yeah, I
That's
will
some
do that.
waterbender level stuff. That's awesome.
So yes, you may
I
definitely do that. There's one downside, and you probably don't mind or care, but some others might. When you go to move water, you're moving it in one direction, so that means they get kind of pushed to the side by the water that's on one side of them as it get pulls off the other. So it's a little bit of a shove, not terrible.
Just be very gentle with Waverly because she's small.
Will do. She'll just be excited that everyone's back and help you all dry off, and then ask if anyone needs healing.
No, I'm fine. I don't know about anyone else.
Dusk would say she's okay.
Okay.
I think we're all right except for that guy. He points at the cultist they dragged up there.
Yeah, he's looking a little rough. He looks like he's been stabbed, pounced on, had a bad day.
Now whether or not he deserves it, that's another thing.
So if we all are kind of just standing there drying off, Talace is going to walk over to where the prisoner's being kept and ask for him to be woken up. She wants to talk to him.
All right.
When Chloe hears that, she'll kind of go over there and try and slap him awake.
Could
Not,
you
like,
could you stop
hard.
hitting him, please?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. He keeps getting more and more unconscious the more you slap him. But
I'm not like trying to hurt him. I'm trying to like hit his cheek to wake him up, like back and forth between my hands, like trying to wake him up that way.
after a few seconds of that, Edion steps over. I think I can wake him up a little quicker. And he lays a hand on him. And in a moment, Theodore is awake, looking around. You can see his wounds have healed up. And then Edion takes a step back. As he does, Escobar and Governor Nighthill come over. They look to you as you've gathered around Theodore first. Have you any idea what they're here for? Did you gain any intelligence while you're out and about? Says Escobar.
Yeah, we gained our intelligence right here. Ask him yourself. And then she'll turn to Eden and kind of like grab his hand and turn it over and be like, "What? So what did you do that I didn't? What is that?"
Talace looks at Theodore and in Draconic asks him, "Do you speak Draconic?"
Theodore looks back at you. You speak my lady's language, but you know nothing of her.
Why don't you educate me?
You'll learn all you need to know. Where am I? What am I doing here?
You don't need to know that. You know, tit for tat, sweetheart.
And then we are at an impasse.
I don't think so. See, you're my prisoner, and you're not going to get away. I need information, and I can tell you right now that my green friends would really love to kill you, very slowly.
Chloe leans over to Joey going, what is she saying?
Valandra looks kind of uncomfortable with the threat of torture since she does speak Draconic as well.
It's half-orc racism. It's fine.
Is anyone backing up to Laze's threats? Because it sounds like one or two of you are like,
Dawn
oh,
definitely
off.
will.
Okay.
Dusk does not understand Draconic, and therefore is just smiling obliviously.
Waverly will totally
Dawn
wave
does.
Waverly's got her rapier out, and she's just kind of waving it around threateningly. She doesn't really understand what's going on. She doesn't speak Draconic, but I'm sure she gets the idea that, he might need a little bit encouragement.
All right. So it seems like you guys are going to go with the intimidation style of interrogation. So if I could start off with an intimidation with advantage, because you're all ganging up.
From who?
Except for Chloe, she doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Telaze was making the threat. So Telaze with the intimidation with advantage because of the help. And target number is a 14. Oh, yeah. Well, at least you know how to talk. What is it you want to know?
What are you doing here?
Gathering riches for the glory of our queen.
You came here for gold.
No. Gold and anything of value we can find in this little burg.
So, nothing in particular. You're not here for any reason. Just decided to stop by and see what you could find.
Our lady requires tribute and treasure.
And who would your lady be exactly?
I thought you knew more than you do if you spoke the language of dragons. Our lady.
Dawn will just say Tiamat.
And Talisa gives Dawn a look like she probably had that guess, but she wanted him to say it. But inviting Dawn into the conversation as well with that. Yeah, join in whenever you want.
Because he's just viewing it as like, this is like that. Knocking it back and forth is stupid. There's no point. They all know what's going on, or at least they do in this little circle of people who are talking. Stop fucking around.
So what's up with the dragon then? I know that's not your lady.
He is a servant of Our Lady, as are we all. Closer to her in blood, of course.
So is it your commander?
My commander? No.
So why is it here then? It's obviously not doing anything.
It keeps the rabble in line. You're all here, huddled in the darkness of your little keep, pretending you could...
No, that's clearly not true, friend. I mean, we went out, we got you, we saved all these nice folks from your little traps. We're not huddling at all. You might want to rethink your stance here and what side you're on.
Huh. You think you're doing more than hiding? Take the field against him.
Take the field against who? Who did you not say was your commander?
Does Joey speak Draconic?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
So we're in the middle of the interview. Telaze just sort of whips around. You speak Draconic?
In common. She says it in common. You speak Draconic? I didn't know that.
Surprise!
As I'm talking about him. Well, I wouldn't have said half the stuff I said if I had known you were speaking. Never mind. Back to work.
So your prisoner, Theodore, falls a bit silent as the implacable mane you guys have presented, that threatening force, breaks up a little bit as you're surprised at each other.
Oops.
I'll kind of remind him of where he is and prod him with the butt end of my great axe.
What?
Typically we answer questions when they are asked. Poke, poke.
Dawn, do you have anything to add to this?
I want to know what your end goal is.
Our end goal.
It's obviously not this town.
Obviously not. It's the world.
Valandra will ask the mayor and what's his face if they have any questions they specifically want asked.
Well, see if you can find out how's they're going to be handling my constituents. I mean, are they here to kill everybody? Is it what's going on? Says Governor Governor Nighthill. And Theodore just looks at him like,
Was that like an eye roll that he just did?
yeah, that was it. That was a decided I'm not acknowledging the existence of this person.
Okay. Okay.
Dawn probably had the exact same reaction.
Talace mirrored it too. It just, oh god.
I'll just translate all of that gobbledygook that we just got back into common quietly so that like random people don't overhear, so we don't have a panic on our hands.
How many are your number? She asks that again in Draconic to Theodore.
And if you would go ahead and give me another intimidation, this time flat, to pick up and get him talking again.
Damn it!
He remains intragnisant. And boy, I hope I used that word right.
So what? He's just not answering your questions? What's going on here?
He's no longer in the mood to share.
Not in the mood to share. I'll make him in the mood to share. And she'll go up to him and grab the scruff of his whatever he's wearing, cloak, I assume, and just kind of look at Joey and be like, "You translate word for word what I say. You hear me? Word for word, Joey. None of this like weird translating crap. I know that's not what they said earlier. I'm on to you." And she does the eyes to his eyes to her eyes thing.
I just need to recap the line.
Yeah, 901 Cliff Notes. Anyway, and she turns back to him and she just tries her own version of intimidation and just says, "Look, you answer my friends right now, or I'll throw you in a place worse than the one we picked you out from. You tell us where you're headed after this place and exactly how many people are here, aside from the ones of yours that we killed."
And Talace just gently she'll cut Joey off so he doesn't do the translation, and she'll do the translation in Draconic, mimicking the accent.
Awesome.
All right. So, do please give me an intimidation, Chloe. I'm going to say it flat at this time. Even though you have help and you present yourself amazingly, it seems like you guys are under the impression that this human only speaks Draconic and he's not understanding everything else you're saying.
Although I don't think that affects my green skin and intimidation in general.
That's why you're not down to the disadvantage side. You're right down the middle, but this seemed a little comedic to him, actually.
Oh,
God.
that's with a plus 5.
Maybe jacking him up is going to scare him enough, though. No. Oh, you're fools. Why should I talk? What do you offer? Plan to kill me? Imprison me?
I'll just put you in the poop chute for a while. Should just shove him down with the rat poop down there for a while. Maybe that'll loosen his lips.
Can I do like an insight check on the dude just to
Certainly, mate.
get an
Absolutely.
idea of what maybe would motivate him?
Sure.
Fuck.
Obviously, godhood. He is on the quick path to godhood. If he gets through tonight, promoted, bam, deity.
I say we need to resort to other methods. Maybe he needs some time to think about what he's done, and hang him upside down in the muddy chute there for a while. Let him think about what he's done, and then we decide what else is going on. Like that mill. What's going on with the mill? And she's like looking around for whoever like looks in her direction at the words about the mill, like the
I
governor.
honestly say, I don't believe we need to even keep him alive. I don't see a point.
Waste not, want not, Don.
You weak little followers of Chauntea.
It's
Hey,
not a
hey! She gets visibly offended, and Indraconic gets right up in his face and goes, "Don't you ever slander me like that ever again, you tiny little worm."
You have no idea the power and terror of my lady. What? You're going to threaten me with rats? Oh no. Look at me. I shake.
I would be very offended if I understood that.
Oh, he switched to comment at this point.
If we're gonna kill him, can I play with him?
Oh, excuse me. You think a rat can't be scary? Waverly just kind of like takes her rapier out and just pokes it gently into his belly.
That's not a rat being scary. That's a sword inflicting a wound.
And who do you
If
think
we're
is
going to
holding it?
continue this, we should take him elsewhere.
Just
Yeah.
Kind of like
if
So-
it's not going to be relevant at this point.
Yeah, is there anywhere private that we can take him?
On that note, please give me a quick perception. Anybody who starts looking around for somewhere private.
Oh, that's totally me. Hell yeah!
All right. Let's see here. Telays, Waverly, you notice it the most. Joey, you don't care. Dusk, not so much. But that warm sort of accepting feeling that you were getting from some of the townsfolk, they're starting to take a few steps back again. Just a couple.
Could not give less of a fuck.
Fair enough. Just
Well,
laying it out
maybe
there.
we shouldn't murder him in front of the children. I'm just saying.
As you realize you have an audience, the barracks seem mostly full. The most sparsely populated area at the moment would be the top of the tower, because most people are terrified to be up there should the dragon come by. 4 guards do still stay atop the keep's small tower, watching for kobold approach. But that would be your best place for solitude without kicking everyone out of one of the barracks. Or going down in the tunnel.
Listen, I just say lock him up, put him someplace else. We'll deal with him in a little bit. If he's not giving us anything right now, he's not helpful right now, we got to worry about what's in the front of the next minute, not in front of the next hour.
I wouldn't put him in that tunnel for anything, because if he gets loose, then he is a clear shot to freedom, and everyone will know where we are and how to get here.
Yeah, I'm all for like finding someplace to lock him up, but not the tower, not the tunnel.
Why are we keeping him alive again? He says, not very loudly.
He might be useful later on. Also, we should probably not just murder him.
Unlikely.
I'm just saying.
Not here, obviously.
Look, all those people over there think we're really good right now, and I don't want to lose that, okay?
I was
And
kind of liking everybody being nice again.
Right?
I guess taking him up to the tower is the only place to take him, even though I really don't want to take him up there because the dragon could see him from up there.
Yeah, that might not be a good place either. Why does this place not have like a little jail cell where does it have a broom closet we can lock him in or something?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a broom closet. I don't know that 6 of you will fit in there, but you can
We don't
certainly put him in the broom closet.
We just want to put him in there.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can put him in the broom closet.
And are there any like capable, not dumb looking guards around that we could post there?
What is your opinion of the townsfolk?
Fair.
Okay,
They're average people.
there's some fair to average people around. I mean, it's all the folks that you grew up with. I mean, there's Zach over there. I mean, Zach was pretty solid.
We asked for some volunteers just to stand outside.
You know what? Calais is just gonna tell Escobar that he needs to do this himself. He needs to guard him because we can't trust anybody else, and we can't trust him to escape. And if he does escape, then he needs to be killed immediately.
Well, I can keep an eye on him until the next round, but we're going to have people moving about.
If you have to leave him, I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you nail him to the ground. He doesn't go anywhere.
Well, we can secure the door. So you guys lock him in a small cupboard. They hammer pythons in around the door to lock it in. He would have to smash his way through the door after getting out of his bindings to get out. Seems pretty well locked down at the moment.
Okay, well, there's that done. Are we
Excellent.
going to go save a mill?
Yes.
Dawn still thinks it's a useless idea. And he did attempt to speak to the governor about that.
So,
Because
on that note,
the town is burning.
Yeah, Chloe raises her hand too when she starts that discussion.
Escobar, working with some of the other guards to secure the storage cabinets where Theodore will be kept, leaving Governor Nighthill available for discussion. Well, I see you brought back my constituents, and appreciate that. So, about the mill.
And Dawn is just it is probably a better idea if you start trying to plan a way of escape. This town is burning. There's not going to be a town left soon. You need to save these people more than you need to save a mill.
Escape? Where are we going to go?
Anywhere but here.
Well, this is our land. I mean, this is where we have our deeds. These are my constituents. This is my constituents' land. If we leave, we've got nothing. We'll die. We're paupers on the road.
You're telling me
We're no
as
better
the
than
mayor-
orphans.
as the mayor, you don't have any
Oh,
Nice.
His ears do that kind of like flick backwards thing before standing up again.
I mean, you did all right by yourselves, but I mean, we'll
You
wait
don't
it out
believe
here.
in your
in the-
people?
Well, we'll wait it out here in the keep, and then we rebuild. But at least we have foundations. We have some fields that are planted. I mean, it won't all burn, but if we leave, there's nothing. And I mean, where are we going to go?
That is a dragon. He points up into the sky. The moment that thing decides to join in, there will be nothing left. There will be no people. There will be no town. If you get out of here now, you could at least save someone.
Well,
Um.
I mean, if you know a way to get away from a dragon,
Can't we just go check the mill? I mean, you've already got Edgar here.
even if they are going to leave, they're going to need supplies. They're going to need food while they rebuild.
As the group of orphans and whatnot, will we know anything about the nearest town to here? Like backup plan, a plan B, a hey neighbor, if stuff happens, can we come hang out there for a while?
So let's should see the Sword Coast in a moment.
Yes.
All
yes.
right. Woo! The map switch worked. So down to the south of the map, group is labeled for you. Excellent, it is. You guys know from your journeys that lies far to the south. There are some small towns, Erebor, Burdusk, Baragost, Candlekeep, but
They can't
there's
get into
quite a
Candy.
ways to go to reach any of those. At least 100 miles, I think.
Yeah, they would definitely need supplies to get that far.
So any sort of travel overland would leave you quite exposed, especially a party as large as the entirety of the Greenest town.
Look, I still just think it's strange that they'd go after the mill. If they're going to burn everything down anyway, what's the point in just going to the mill specifically?
You know what? That's a good question. Give me an insight check on that one.
Alrighty.
Can I make insight on that?
You certainly may, but I think somebody may have figured it out.
Never mind.
So, Duskus, you're like, that's weird. You're right. That doesn't really add up. They were supposed to be coming here for treasures. There's no treasure in a mill, and they're not really going out of their way to burn down any of the other buildings. They've certainly thrown torches at them, but they're not seeming to want to destruct anything, really. Just harvest. So there must be some other reason to go after the mill, especially in such a way that the fires could be easily seen from the keep. It's like they're almost trying to draw your attention towards it for some reason.
Oh no.
So let's come on back to Greenest.
What's at the complete opposite side of town from the mill?
So it was the mayor that wants us to go to the mill, or that pioneered the idea, right?
The mayor and Escobar both brought to your attention that the mill was being set upon, and that the cultists were actively trying to burn it. They sent Dusk to let you know, and please to go save the mill. Edgar and some of the others, anyone willing to risk going up to the top of the tower, can see that there is a great deal of activity, torch waving, fire flaring. Now that you've got Dusk's insight, it's a little obvious. I mean, they're not just trying to burn it, they're trying to be seen burning it.
It's a trap.
It very well
Or a
could
distraction.
Well, if it's a trap or a distraction, where are we not supposed to look?
What if it's for us?
Why would it be for us?
Because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody has come up and started taking out patrols. Somebody has gone over and freed over 50 people from a trapped building that they were trying to get into. What if they're looking for whoever's being heroic around here?
Is the dragon still flying? Or did he land?
The dragon has landed at this point.
Okay, so
And the dragon is in the northwest.
Dawn is going to go up on the thing. He can't be scared by it anyway. But he's going to go up here and he's going to try to look around to see if there's any other activity. Then he'll send Edgar kind of in a wide, as far out circle as he could go.
Are there any buildings of interest in the northeast?
The northeast is fairly tame. Some of the nicer houses are up there. but nothing notable. As Edgar does a quick circle and look around, you can see that the cultists that had been assaulting the temple have now spread out, taking the goods along with them. You can see several of them are laden with quite a number of sacks and other ornaments. And they're now making their way through the town, looting as they go. The lineup that you're doing is, it's very possible they were trying to distract you from the temple.
What's that building up in the northwest where the dragons landed?
That was Governor Nighthall's manor.
Is there any particular crowd over in that direction, or?
There are actually several folks over in that direction, and that's a long ways away, but you guys do have some height on you, and you've got a little bit of time. So what you do see is several folks who I've just completely lost the information for. I'm good at this game. Easy. One of which is dressed in purple. The other of which is just freaking huge. The larger of the pair, surrounded by easily 20 kobolds that move with a military precision you don't often see amongst the small folk. The person dressed in purple, and you can just make it out from here, has other robed figures around them. But at this distance, it would be quite hard to figure out what they're doing.
I mean, I hate to say we need to go closer to the dragon at this stage, but I think that's where everything is happening, and we might have to go closer to the dragon.
All right, so
I
is
wanna
all of
ask
that?
the
Okay,
governor
sorry,
what
you
he's
first.
got there. I just want to ask what the governor's got over there. Just regular treasure? Maybe there's something they're looking for.
Well, I mean, my constituents, provide a good living for me, and I provide a good service for my constituents. I mean, we got good silver. I mean, we got some gold, a few gems. I mean, my attire has to be suitable for presenting a good face of the folk to the travelers. I mean, we've got a good cellar for visitors, and I mean, I guess that would be of interest. Some heirlooms. And he starts looking a little dodgy as he keeps listing things that are fairly expensive that he's got. But everybody's welcome to come over for dinner. Have a good time.
Yeah, everyone, right?
Well, I mean, I guess some of you don't come as often as others, but you've been away. I'm sure if you want to come
You
on
should
over
probably
after.
stop. You should probably stop.
Okay.
Heirlooms.
Like, if all of this is getting shared amongst the group, she's gonna be like, all right, so the mill's a trap. There's a shitload of gold at the governor's house. Looks like everybody at the mill's designing to pull us away. So that mill's gonna burn down no matter what, and all that food's gonna be gone, or probably eaten by these people. So why don't we cut them off at the pass, stop them from looting everything? These people, we take our fair share percentage of whatever loot we stop them from taking, and then these people
Joey.
can.
I'd rather save
We're risking it,
Joey.
and then these people can use those leftover treasures to get enough food to get through the year. They keep their town. Yeah, it's a little bit poorer, but it's better than not keeping their land.
I agree with him, except for the looting their stuff thing. Joey, that's not nice. We're doing this to help them. You ever think that we owe this town a little bit more than just the money that you brought back in your pocket?
No.
No.
Well, while this is going on, Dusk just gonna Dusk gonna look at the governor again. It's like, what kind of heirlooms you got over there? Nothing that might
Well-
catch the interest of these people.
Well, I mean, it depends on how refined their tastes are, I guess.
Do you have anything relating to dragons?
Well, I mean, it's a pretty popular motif. It's certainly.
Is that
few
a
things.
yes or a no?
Well, yeah, yes, of course. We got a couple of pieces of dragon memorabilia.
Like what?
Well, I mean, we got a couple of scales. I mean, they're always of interest. They're engraved.
Next.
And he's obviously racking his brain. He's like rubbing the side of his head. Well, there's the scale. We've got the commemorative coins. We produce one of those every year, and every citizen gets one. We've got the goblets. The goblets are very nice. The little engravings of the dragons going around there. Serving platter that goes with it. The silverware, of course. You got the knives. You got the forks. We got tapestry. I mean, but that's just decorative. I mean, what you're thinking of? And it's like, oh, well, I mean, it's called a dragon's eye, but it's not a dragon's eye. It's just a bit of glass in a tube. But
hang
I
on,
mean,
hang on. What?
Hey, wait.
well, I mean, that's not really even a heirloom. That's just a thing. But here,
Okay. But what about the thing?
well, here and Dusk, could you just 25 insight again? No, okay.
Oh no.
No, sorry. Look over. Well, here, and he pulls out
A car.
the dragon roars as it flies by real fast. He pulls out a little tube with a bit of glass on one and a bit of glass on the other. Well, I mean, it's called a dragon's eye, but really, it's just a little device you look through and see, and he holds it up, and it's a little mini spyglass or telescope.
And Talise just reaches out and takes it from him.
Well,
And then she's gonna look through it and see what happens.
you look through it towards the dragon folk.
Yeah.
And I hit a button.
And I
And-
see a thing.
Button did a thing? Yeah, the
Yeah.
button did a thing. All right. The woman, now that you can see at that distance, wearing purple robes, carrying a polearm of sort, looks a bit more intimidating up close. She is surrounded by other cultists, all of which are wearing much nicer masks than the others that you have seen. They are moving about the manor, several of them standing up on walls or barrels, shouting orders. You can see that the kobolds are spinning their bull roars. They seem to be using those to communicate back and forth with the others that are moving about the town. Along with them, a enormous fellow surrounded by kobolds.
Oh my.
Oh hell.
And
He
that,
looks
Looking-
friendly.
by the way, that oh my is completely in character.
Quite friendly. You now have this information. Everybody else is just looking at you.
So as quickly as possible, I relate what I see and I describe. So there is a very large blue, I think it might be a dragonkin of some kind, and he looks very dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't think they're just here to loot, guys. They're
There's
after
gotta be
something.
here.
There's no purple robes usually indicate some form of royalty or priestry. I mean, purple dye isn't easy or cheap to come by.
Ooh, good
So
call.
they're
How
here-
about
They're
how
here
about a
on
religion on
purpose.
that real quick? Go ahead.
Okay.
I will
Religion
do
check.
that.
Not so great.
Ew, yeah.
Yeah, you do understand it's a signal of rank, but what rank? Maybe it's Lent. Who knows?
I mean, what reason would they have to use that manor as a base? Aside from the fact that it's big and
It's the
walled.
biggest. It's the biggest place that has a wall around it. It's fortifiable. It's full of luxury.
But why would they want to camp out and stay here?
Are they looking for something?
God,
It gotta be.
it's gotta be. There's gotta be something in this town that they're after.
Because, I mean, if they're just here for riches, this is not exactly the place I would go to get money and gold.
Isn't it though?
If
I
they're
mean,
plan-
look around, shitloads of houses.
We should ask
some
Glumfellow.
governor.
if
Okay,
they're
he-
planning on quote
Look, even if-
unquote taking over the world, then every town is fair game. You have to start small, grow.
Well, the thing is, if they're just here after riches, why do they gotta send the big high-ranking folk over here?
Yeah, why wouldn't they just have foot soldiers just ram through the place? It's not like any of these people could have taken them on.
There's gotta be something more.
You don't just send foot soldiers. There need to be people in charge.
Sorry.
These people may not be the people who are actually in charge. We don't know how organized they are. Kobolds are generally not the organized sort.
It's not really our job to figure out their hierarchy. It's our job to stop them if we choose to. We're either helping these people or we're not. By the silence in this in this room now, I'm gonna go with not. And she kind of just looks around with her hands up.
Foxy, come on.
Can I?
I'm sorry, my
So-
cat. Like, I
so
love your
on-
cat
on-
face.
On hearing the not, Governor Tarball looks at you. Well, I mean, we need all the help we can get. I mean, there's a couple of things tucked away that they ain't likely to find. I suppose we could talk about you guys having some of them things. Should you keep helping?
I'm sorry. There's tools that you're holding out on us? You have something that's of use?
Well, I mean, it's not of use now. I mean, I guess you could throw stones at folk, but there are a couple of jewels like gems, tucked away in the manor just in case things happen.
You mean like dragons come through and you need to make a break for it, right?
Well, I mean, to reestablish trade for my
Mhm.
constituents, of course.
Uh-huh.
Any of those gems, anything weird about any of them?
I mean, none more than anything else. Or cut nice.
There's gotta be something in that manor.
Talace is actually gonna leave this particular conversation and go over to Glumfellow because he knows a lot about everything around here.
The one fellow does know a bit about a bit.
And she's gonna approach him, and wherever he is, kind of if he's sitting, sit beside him. If not, she's gonna stand beside him and just go, "Is there anything we need to know about this town?"
What is it you already do not know about this town?
Why would followers of the evil dragon god want this town?
They take so they do not lose.
Glumfellow, let's not with the whole Shar nonsense, okay? I get it. You're really into this. What I'm asking is, what would
No.
attract them here?
You are not thinking. They follow a dark goddess. She will take if they do not give. They come to take so they do not lose.
So they're here for something. Something
They-
specific.
For the Dragon Queen, riches are specific. The dragons love the gold and coin. They think it their due.
Would they be after something like this? And she shows him the dragon eye.
It is a nice toy, some 100 gold, but no more than a tinker can make.
Okay. So you have no idea why a bunch of priests would be hanging out over by the mayor's house doing weird kind of ritually looking stuff.
I remember when I was young, wine cellars were always popular.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And she's gonna lean over and just kiss him on the top of the head and just honestly and sincerely say, "Thank you." And then she's gonna go back and rejoin her friends.
Now I gotta swallow. All right. So you've done a little interviewing. So far, what I think we've learned is the cultists say they're here after gold. That seems to be what you've observed. Glumfellow's kind of backed that one up. What is it you guys are investigating for beyond loot?
Can I ask Escobar if there's any guards that are useful? I mean, obviously not that useful, but is there anybody that isn't injured that could possibly accompany us should we try and rid this town of the current threat? And she puts her hand up before anybody is able to protest. Should, just saying.
Accompany you where? Excuse me, I got a little someone else in my throat. Accompany you where?
Like out there, out to stop the dragon and the cultists.
You want to take one of these fresh-faced young lads out into that?
Is that all you got? I mean, you got no seasoned gods? Well, now it's not really any mystery why this place got chosen to raid.
Well,
you have no seasoned people here guarding the town?
I mean, aside from me, I don't know that any of these boys have seen battle. Most we get is a bit of a drunk fight.
And you don't do any kind of training with them or nothing? You just give them a sword and go, hey, good luck, buddy.
You know, I don't remember you showing up too often for training when it was happening.
Yeah, but I just saved all these people over here. What have you done today?
Well, I mean, I got them all here.
Get him, Chloe.
Look, I'm just asking for help to go try and rid this town of its problem. You're the guard captain. I don't see you stepping up and doing that. Do you have anybody that can come with us or not?
Well, I mean, if you want to take Zach with you, I mean, he's the guy.
Zach? She looks around like,
really wants to go Zach.
I mean, shouldn't we leave at least some people here behind to help defend the fort? Isn't that important?
If they want this fort to fall, this fort's going to fall.
Oh, absolutely. I think keeping some people here to protect. We got Escobar here, so he's the only one that's seen battle. He can stay here. Well, where's Zach? What's a Zach? And she's just looking around.
So Zach just sort of steps forward. He's like, "Hi, Chloe," and you remember. All of a sudden, you're like, "Oh, that's Zach. He's a little gangly. Always wanted to be a guard. Has the coordination of most. I can't even think of something that clumsy. Let's say moth on a light bulb. But he's like, "Hey, Chloe, look good."
Oh,
Leave him
hey,
here.
Zach.
Don't make him come with us. We're fine.
He can stay here. Talais wants to prod a bit more about Escobar's cellar.
You mean the cellar for the governor?
For
Nice
the
deal?
governor, yes.
Oh, yep.
Sorry.
Not a problem. Threw me for a loop there.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, it holds some of the fruits that have been harvested by my constituents, and then we have some.
Yeah. What I'm looking for, is there like, was it built on something special? Has it been around longer than your house? Did someone used to like store things in it? Is there like a secret entrance in it or something other than what it currently holds?
Well, if there is, I sure don't know it. I
Okay,
mean, there's some good brandy.
That's a decent answer. And I might take some of that brandy if I get down there.
Don is just going to comment to the general, to the group quietly. Just it's like, I honestly don't believe they're looking for anything in particular. They're
I
raiding.
honestly think you're wrong.
I'm with Dawn on this.
They're raiding. That's what raiders do.
They don't look terribly smart to me.
And they're not raiding the house. They're doing stuff around the house. They're talking to each other. They're organizing.
They're using it as a base of operations. They need somewhere not to burn down. They need somewhere secure for themselves.
So, anybody who can honestly say they've been keeping their eye on the grounds, not to the north, please roll me a perception check. Your DC is 16.
I'm more interested in the northeast.
Northeast, also not there, but that 7's not going to do.
Well, I'm really interested in the northeast.
That is dusk. Madness.
She's the one without glasses.
All right. Dusk and Waverly. You see a glint of blue just to the south of the keep's wall. You hear clang, clang, quack as the gate that secured the sally port is torn down.
Oh no.
And cultists and kobolds, under cover of darkness, rush in to the sally port room.
So where was that?
That is right
All up in our shit.
down there. You go over there. It's more convenient for me. So, piled up in the little sally port room, a bunch of kobolds and cultists have gotten into the keep.
This guy doesn't have a name.
Is there?
What?
Is there?
I don't know about this one.
Is there only one room into the keep from the Sallyport room?
The sally port room
One
has
door.
one door in, one door on either side of the wall. The sally port room, a small ready room. They lock one door, they unlock the other to get out, so it keeps people from rushing through. They are so far now in the sally port room.
Okay, so we got to keep them at the door there. We can't let them through any further.
Well, Dawn's ready
So
to
they're
say-
not outside, like you can't see any
You
out here
cannot see
anymore?
anything out there at this point. As soon as that gate came down, they all piled in, and you guys realized it just before they got in the gate.
Well, I think it's time to go fight some more cultists.
Yep.
All right. We're going to hit a button. What does that button do? Who knows? All right. If everyone please add themselves to the initiative order.
Dang.
And as you might
Oh
suspect,
shit! Right.
hoping for
Ready
high
to
rolls
fight!
here.
I am one bloodthirsty little mouse.
All over it.
Here we go.
Jeez.
Let's do that sort. Waverly, you are a bloodthirsty little mouse. All right. Waverly, you are aware stuff is happening. The entrance. On the right one, yep. Doorway right there is where you know they're going to be coming through in the next few seconds. What are you doing?
All right. We just. Okay, I could just kind of get around here. Can I shoot an arrow through the doorway?
The door is currently closed.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then maybe I will just run up to about here and wait. Because as much as I would like to, stab people, should probably wait for them to come in first.
Fair.
And I don't want to open that door.
How does readying an action work in 5th ed?
5th edition readying in action, you say what you're going to ready and what the trigger is. So Waverly, if you are shooting the first bad person to come through the door, your ready to action is I'm shooting the first bad person to come through the door.
Okay, then I will do that.
All right.
I will absolutely do that.
Okay. That's going to then bring up Telaise because players win ties. Telaise, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I'm going to just stay where I am. I'm going to ready an action. I'll yeah. I'll hold off and with a vicious mockery in check,
Okay.
ready to go for maybe the second person to walk through the door.
Fair enough. That brings up Tikra the Goblin. Tikra the Kobold. Oh, insulting the kobolds. Who does use a simple interaction, throws the ready room door open, rushes in, and that may be a bad move for Tikra. Because as Tikra comes in, things may happen.
All right.
Waverly, are you one of the things that happens? I think you are.
Yes, I am.
And you are readied a bow action?
Like that.
All right, so unfortunately you are at a disadvantage because he's next to you. But that's going to be a miss either way.
Aw.
Tikra, however, is going to try and do some stabbing.
No!
Yeah, that's what Tikra does. Tikra, unlike some of the kobolds you met before, is wielding a dagger in each hand. Tikra's first attack on Waverly. How about an 11? Probably not. Offhand?
No, he misses.
7, also probably not. Tikra,
Also a miss.
not delighted. Pithor, stepping up, swinging around. As Pithor comes through the doorway, Telaise, second person through, has happened.
Yes. She's going to say in Draconic to the fellow that just came inside that he'll never be a real dragon.
Burn!
Kobold burns. DC 14. Wisdom. Oh. That cut him to the core. That's going to be
little thing's working, guys.
4 points.
It's a really good choice of GIF.
Thank you.
Pithor, however, does remain standing. Vicious Mockery puts him at a disadvantage, I think, for an attack.
Mm-hmm.
However, Pack Tactics puts in an advantage. That works out to an even shot. Primary hand, 9, no. 15 on Waverly?
15 does in fact hit.
Does in fact hit. That will do 2 points of damage. He does not get his amazing dexterity on the offhand. That's going to bring up Abbott. Hey, Abbott. rushes in. Abbott, seeing Waverly to the side, strikes at Waverly with his scimitar. 15.
Ouch.
Only
I
3.
I should not be here.
Waverly, what are you doing so close to the front line?
She got excited.
Waverly.
Jeez, Waverly, no one can, like, we've got another person after this.
Zazgreek, the kobold, dual wielding his daggers, rushes forward. Pack tactics with advantage. 12, I don't think. 9,
No.
probably not either.
Nope, neither of those hit.
And Wayne, wow, you guys were going slow today. Wayne coming in as well.
We're all busy talking.
Wayne go. No, Wayne's gonna go shoot the gap. Wayne likes the look of Joey though.
No, spoiler alert, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He's like, I'm gonna swing at the big one. The big ones are easier to hit. Yeah, probably
Clang.
not though. Clang. Dusk. Dusk, as you take a look around, you realize that there are a number of townsfolk still in the square behind you. Now alerted to the noise, they start rushing towards the barracks, but they are around. What are you doing though?
Oh, this is going to be tricky. I'm going to scoot forward and hold my position here just to form a bit of a barrier between these cultists and the rest of the townsfolk.
Fair enough.
But Waverly.
Oh, well, I can move forward even more. I may as well go in for a punch because they seem to be
Sorry.
working.
All right. On that note, going in for the punch.
Yep.
All
Let's
right.
go for,
Who on?
let's go on Zazgreek because
Zazgreek. What?
he's right in front of me.
He's my hero.
Alrighty.
Zazgreek may not be my hero anymore. That's a solid hit. Damage? Oh yeah, there's nothing left of him. Just a kobold smear. Dusk, any other activity?
Offhand.
Let's see. Not at the moment.
All right. Valandra.
Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna cast Bless. I just have to decide who on. I can target up to 3 creatures. So let's see, who's likeliest to be doing melee? There's Dusk and
Waverly is in the middle of melee combat.
yeah.
Yep, I have made a mistake.
Bad life choices.
Like a really big mistake.
Little 2-foot mouse.
This was a mistake. She was so excited.
I'll cast Bless on Dusk, Waverly, and myself, and then come up here to hopefully prevent them from moving any further.
Okay. You guys start blocking off the way to get to the townsfolk. Valandra, any other activity after the Bless in the movement?
I don't think I have any swift action or minor
Bonus
whatever
actions.
they're called. Bonus.
That's a couple of systems you just ran through there.
You can tell I'm not usually playing fifth ed.
Fair enough. That brings up Benedict. Benedict moves through the gap, steps around, kicks aside the kobold, and stabs with 2 hands at Dusk.
What an interesting name this fellow has.
Benedict?
Mm-hmm.
Benedict
Oh.
swings with a 19. 19
That
adds
does hit.
3
That-
points of piercing damage. Chloe, it's turning in a mess down there.
I come up here and whack the guy that just hit it. Pretty fluffy kitty.
No.
Okay, so she'll swipe, miss, and then just say, "Somebody lock the damn door."
They're kind of in front of it.
Dawn,
Dawn is not locking the door.
go lock the door,
Um,
Dawn.
I'm guessing this is like the entry into running up to the roof area here.
Yes.
So he does have the climb speed. Can he like feline agility the climb speed and get up there? Or is that
Sure.
too
You
high?
you could shoot straight up the tower. You've got a lot. You're a tabaxi, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. You can be up there. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's just going to climb all the way up the side of the thing over here and get to where he could fire down at this guy because he looks important. And you know how well his Eldritch Blasts go, but he is going to try. Actually
Benedict
hit
is
for one.
struck
Wow.
by your Eldritch Blast. Well shot.
Yay. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
And he's going to turn and look at these like guard people who are up here, and he's like, "Do something! Don't just stand there."
Yeah, they're all like, "What did you just do?" They're like looking at their bows. You're just like, palm. Alright. Dawn, any additional action for you?
Nah, he's just gonna glare at these guys and hopefully get them to move and help.
All right. Pessa the Kobold rushes forward, filling the spot that was now starting to stack up dead bodies.
There's just a pile of bodies there.
Pessa takes the advantage, swinging with its 2 daggers at Waverly. King. 16
Ow.
for 6 on Waverly. The offhand, 17 for 4.
I'm unconscious now.
Ooh, Waverly is unconscious. Governor
That was-
Nighthill.
Hey, quick question.
Yes.
Valinder, you said you cast Bless. I didn't see you cast anything.
What?
You said you cast Bless on people? You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't cast anything.
Oh.
Oh, did you not click the? Okay.
Nope.
So for bless, you get a D4 to either to any attack rolls, or to saving throws. So just note if you have it, you can roll and add to it. So Governor Nighthill rushes up the stairs, takes cover behind one of the crenellations and the dodge action, bringing up Wilkerson. Rushes out
Marty
and around.
Wilkerson.
There we go. Sorry, I'm not used to using the in Roll20 character sheets.
Not a problem. Wilkerson piles up, going after Joey.
Is he standing on my corpse?
He is standing on your
Not corpse.
unconscious body.
That's so rude.
He's jumping and kicking, but more importantly, he's swinging his scimitar at Joey. 17, Joey?
17 does not go clang, or
Does
it might,
not
but then it goes a little squishy too.
A little squishy, little slashy. 7 points of slashing damage from Wilkerson. Then Joey gets to decide what he's doing.
I'm going to use my bonus action to take second win.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. And then I'm going to take out my maul, and I'm going to look at Wayne. I'm going to be like, so if you're bigger, it's easier to hit you? It says an 11.
That 11 does not hit.
Okay. And then I'm going to draw a dagger into my offhand.
Okay. Dagger
That'll
in
be that.
offhand. That brings us back around to the top of the order. And as
Wait,
we
hold
reach-
on. Who's
Whoop.
Bless on?
Oh, bless.
Who did I say? Shit.
Wayne, you were checking Wayne.
No, I don't. I
No,
don't know who the
no,
targets
you-
for Bless were.
Oh, Bless was Waverly and Dusk and Valindra.
Perfect. Thank you.
Wait, Waverly, Dusk, and Valindra?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, Waverly, Dusk, and Valindra. Strength.
That means that Waverly, you have blessing for that death save that you're about to deal with.
I was about to
That's
ask if that
true.
applied to that.
That definitely
That's
does.
true.
We
You
will
add a
definitely give that.
D4.
So please give me a death saving throw, noting that a 1 would give you a 2, even with a D4. Don't roll a 1. 10 solid. Please add 1 success to your character sheet as we find out.
Yay.
Telays, our poor mousefolk has been up and down many times in combat. What are you doing?
Would healing word get her back up, or do I have to stabilize her first?
Healing word pops her back up instantly.
Then she's getting healing word.
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Yay.
healing word Waverly, and yeah, that's what's gonna happen. There we go. Level 1.
Woo. 8 hit points.
8 hit points.
I will take that.
Y'all have got to show me how to do these gifts because they look fun.
Isn't it great?
Waverly, you pop back up, rolling out from underneath to the nearest space available to you. Telays,
Yay.
that was just a bonus action, so any additional action for you?
No, that would be my action. That's a healing spell.
Healing word, I think, is a bonus action, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it really? Okay.
It really is. So
Oh,
you,
right. So
you may
that means
cast
I
you
can
may cast a cantrip, or you can attack anything that's an attack, but not another spell unless it's cantrip.
That's fine.
I did not
So-
realize that was a bonus action.
I'm gonna move up onto the stairs here, which is plenty range for me to
Sure.
move. Sorry about the blockade, guys. She needs to get out of people's way. And then I will do vicious mockery again on
If we can kill that guy, it can move forward. It can be a blockade again.
so we're going after Wayne. Is that what you need me to
Yeah.
do? Okay, then that's who I'll target. I'm not gonna be able to take him down. I can tell you that now. I can only do a D4. So actually, I'm not going to target him because I'm going to target the guy might be able to kill, which is the guy I targeted in the first
that's fair.
place.
Pithor.
I'm going to target Pithor and viciously mock him.
DC 14. He does not make it. 1 piddly little damage is enough to destroy 1 piddly little kobold. He falls. Telays, any additional movement or action for you?
I already moved. I've done both my
out.
actions. I'm out.
All right. That brings up Tikra. Tikra steps forward, eyeing Waverly.
No.
Yeah. You mess with the
Oh.
kobolds, you get the daggers. Pack tactics again with advantage. 19 for 3.
Yeah.
22 for 3 more, so 6 total points of damage for you. As Tikra the kobold
We're still standing.
pulls it out. Pithor, now deceased. Abbott, still very much alive, swings a scimitar against Joey. 9, I don't think.
Nope.
Zazgrik, I think he's dead, isn't he? Yeah,
I
Zazgrik.
think so. Yeah.
You're one of the dead guys. Go away. Wayne, still quite alive, looks about, sees Dusk, remembers being punched to death in another life and attacks Dusk with a scimitar.
Does not hit.
Dusk, it is to you.
Okay. Well, let's see. I want to punch Wayne.
He knew it was coming. He tried to fend it off, but Aye.
Whoa. Dusk was having fun.
You don't even need this bless. Oh my god. Wayne. Goodbye, Wayne.
His face just caves in.
Nice.
And it turns out that if I punch someone, I get to punch again as a bonus action.
You
Yes!
certainly do.
So I'm going to do that to Wilkerson, since he's also near me.
Wilkerson. 15 hits.
Okay.
Please roll damage.
Boop.
7 points of damage struck. Wilkerson remains standing, looking very much like he wished Wayne would have hit a little harder. All right. Dusk, any movement?
No
All
movement.
right. Valandra.
I will fill in that space there.
All right.
And I will cast Mace.
Casting the mace. And who are you casting the mace upon?
I'm casting him on whatever that guy's name is right in front
Wilkerson, I think, in the middle.
of me. Wilkerson, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
That's a well-cast mace you have there. Please roll me some damage. Wilkerson, destroyed by blunt objects. Oddly not in his horoscope. Any additional action for you?
I will cast Healing Word on Waverly.
Certainly may.
So that's
Very much appreciated. I'm sorry.
8.
8 points of damage healed. Waverly looking considerably better than you did a few seconds ago.
Absolutely.
Chloe.
Everyone loves Waverly.
All right. What is over here? Is that like stuff that I can clamber over for difficult terrain, or what is it?
It is stores and goods that are put aside. Basically, the junk you pulled out of the closet. You could certainly walk on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come over here, crawling around and staying within his range. I'm gonna come over.
Which way did you crawl? Because it looks like you came out of at least one of the fellas' ways.
Is there somebody alive?
Pessa right there?
Yeah, right
Pessa
next to
there's-
you.
Yeah, Pessa right there's alive.
Yeah, I'll just take the attack of opportunity if that's okay.
Pessa is totally okay with taking a free shot at you. 15? Pack tactics? No pack tactics. 15.
Negative.
Nope, you got it.
And I'm gonna smack the kobold and plant myself right in front of the door.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take my swipe first.
19's a hit.
Yay! And
11's
then
a lot of damage for a kobold.
I love this gift.
Flat.
It's a good gift.
And then with my free action, I'm gonna shut the door.
Clang, the door shuts. Actually, that one's a thunk. Ka-thunk, the door shuts.
Ka-thunk. And that's it.
All right. Dawn, the pickings are getting a little thin down there as far as targets go.
He's going to shoot the same direction.
Okay.
Was that Pessa?
That is Pessa.
Choom.
Pichu indeed. 7 points of force damage struck eliminates Pessa. One cultist remains. Dawn, any additional action for you?
Nope. He is safe where he is.
Got it. Governor Nighthill continues to take the defense action as a strategic move. Joey.
Yeah, I'm going to drop that dagger that I drew, and I'm going to maul this abbot in the face here.
You do maul Abbott in the face. Wow, do you maul Abbott in the face?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He
Abbott
looks-
has no face.
Yeah, no, there's
Abbott is the paste.
decidedly taking us out of the
And
turn
then is the
order.
lock on this door? Yeah, that's my next thing. I'm locking this door. Literally is the next thing I do.
I think it's time to barricade it
Lock-
too.
Probably lock the outside door first.
We're out of combat.
We are out of combat.
Okay,
Yeah.
Talace runs down the stairs, goes right up to Waverly, picks her up in a big hug, and goes, "Stop doing that!
But I want to fight them.
Not in the middle."
Okay, I'll try.
And just as a side note, guys, I am out of first level spells.
All right. So as you guys crack open that door for just a second to look out into the ready room, the ready room's about 10 feet by 20 feet. It's enough for a small squad to organize themselves and then rush out. You see that the gate, which Escobar had indicated was a little shaky at best, has broken off its hinges. It would take some time or magic to repair. Quickly asking around, does anyone have any repairing magics?
Nope.
Nope.
Hey, Joey, real quick. Why don't we loot some of these human bodies and let's put them in with our friend? He might be lonely.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah,
that
put up
got
with the
dark
other guy.
quick.
That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine.
So
So the Sally Port thing
Hey.
is the thing that's ground floor keep accessible from
ground
the
floor
outside, correct?
keep accessible from the outside, correct. It is
Okay.
the other gate from the main gate. So if the main gate's under attack, you rush out, run around, kill people, come back in, and hopefully win. But the gate is now down. With access to it, your enemies could get in that room, pile up, and then batter down the door. The gate itself looks to be in bad condition. Certainly some mending spells would be the best way to handle it, but failing that, do we have any metal workers amongst us?
Metal workers?
Metal workers.
An unseen servant couldn't repair, right? They just
Unseen
carry
servant
things.
could not.
I mean, Dusk's a tinker, but I don't know if that'll help here.
Tinkering could perhaps.
Valandra can cast guidance on whoever's going to try something.
Options would be try to repair the gate, meaning you would keep it usable for yourselves, or just start piling shit up. What is the theory? Or abandon the gate and barricade the door you have, but that gives your enemies a place to sneak in and hide that the archers can't get to them.
Yeah, let's try and fix the gate if we can.
And Dusk, was that you who said you had some tinkering?
Yep.
All right. So let's see a tinkering roll, Dusk.
With guidance, so add a
With
d4.
guidance, so add a d4. Ooh, you're quite the tinker. It's going to take you about 10 minutes, but you can get it up and in place, and to the point where the bar going across it will basically hold it together enough that you could, with some strength, lift it out of the way and back again. It's not really going to swing like it's supposed to, but it keeps it functional. But it's going to take about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Since Dawn's already up there, he's gonna help keep a lookout, since these people up here were so useful in noticing that there were kobolds and shit right here.
I hope it's chewing him out.
How far can you see in the dark? Because I can't see at all.
Yeah.
You can see pretty far.
Well, why weren't you up here? Oh, I'm sorry, you were scared of the dragon. Been up here all freaking night staring at this dragon. God damn.
By the way, Talace's idea, she's absolutely going through with it, even if Joey's not the one to help her. She picked him because he's slightly more likely to help her, but she'll grab other people and make them do it. Like the guards have them open the door and remove any weapons or anything pointy from the bodies, and the ones that look the worst, chuck them in with the prisoner and shut the door and lock it back up.
Like the
Alright.
last one who had his face mauled in.
Yes, and she's gonna do that pose in the doorway where she's silhouetted from the back because that's where all the light's coming from, and just and just says, "I brought you some company. Maybe having a little companionship will loosen you up a bit." And then that's when she shuts the door and has them lock it back in place. And she's like, "Hammer the nails in really loudly."
All right. So go ahead and give me an intimidation. You're just putting that one in the bank, but go ahead and give me an intimidation check on that. And in the meantime, Dawn, if you would give me a perception.
Okay.
Gosh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's just like, amateurs. Look at how many you killed.
Yeah, I'm also going up on the palisades while this 10-minute tasking is happening.
I would go
Can
out
we
and help
can we
Dust.
put lights? Can we put like a torch or something outside the sally port so that if someone else sneaks up, the guards can actually see them?
That
Sure.
might be a good idea, yeah.
Absolutely, may. Joey, if you could also give me a perception as you head up to the tower. Joey, you are on it in this particular situation. You called it last time, you called it this time. Dragon.
Dawn
No,
doesn't
no,
notice.
I'm not
'cause he's
kidding.
Still
Dragon.
bitching. He's still bitching, and he's not
Oh.
affected by the fear either.
No, seriously, dragon.
Oh.
I don't think we
Oh.
can fight a dragon.
Are we?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
All hands.
There's no
my
way.
God.
No.
There's no way.
Oh my god.
You are out of your mind. This has to
Oh,
be a
no.
joke.
Are we Are we actually rolling for this?
Please click your tokens and roll initiative.
All 7 hells.
They're 9 hells.
Well,
All 9 hells.
shit.
All 9 hells. Don't
I'm just gonna make this a
This is
running
a-
joke. She's
this
gonna
is an
say every
entire
number,
9
but 9. She's going to
This
say
is an
every
entire
number but
9 hells situation.
Oh my god.
We're all gonna die.
What the hell sort of campaign is this? You're gonna fight a dragon at level 2.
After you've had no rest and everyone's out of spells.
What? Who would do that to you?
Someone who clearly wants a TPK on session 4. Do you like us
Hey.
that little?
4 sessions is a long time for some orphans to make it. But
Wow.
an adult blue dragon wings towards the keep. Those of you up on the tower, please
I
roll
don't
me
have
a
to.
DC 17 wisdom saving throw, except for those who have already succeeded.
And I think Dawn's the only one up there.
All right. So the dragon
He's just like staring at the dragon as it flies by.
comes into view. It wings around once, circling the tower. Each of the guards doing their best to sustain,
And they do not.
and they
At
do
all.
not.
Like at all.
They tried.
Somebody
power.
wets himself.
They already smelled of the privy. They've been up here all night, and this dragon keeps coming back. But they do try to hold their ground as the dragon swings around. Valandra. Oh, Joey. Valandra, you hear the roar of the dragon's wings, the exclamations of fear from above. What are you doing?
Okay,
Dragon is a good 60 feet up in the air, so easily visible over the wall.
okay. Question: is this before we've finished fixing the sally port?
This would be as you are finishing it, so it is done now.
Okay. Hmm. I guess the dragon can make a dex saving throw versus Sacred Flame.
It could certainly try to make a dex saving throw versus Sacred Flame. What's the range on your Sacred Flame?
60 feet.
60 feet. It may certainly do so. Please go ahead and roll.
Jeez.
And a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah,
Oh.
that doesn't make it, so.
That didn't make it.
It did not make it. That is 6 points of radiant damage. You can see a hiccup in the dragon's flight. It shifts suddenly from one side to the other, its head coming around and focusing down on the courtyard. It does
Andrew,
not
you
look
idiot.
at all pleased. That was 6 points of damage, correct?
Yep.
6 points of damage struck against a dragon. Make a note of it in your journal.
Okay.
Congratulations. An achievement
Dusk.
before we die.
Golf flop.
I don't like this at all. So it's still in the air?
It's still in the air.
And how big are we talking with this dragon?
How big are we talking with this dragon? It is a huge creature. It is enormous. With wings spread, we're talking 40 to 50 feet.
Well, all right then. I've got absolutely nothing
That might have been
that
a
would
little
be
big, but
useful against this dragon, at least from where I am now. So I'm just gonna. How high is this wall over here? Hold on. Oh, it's not doing the thing. Okay. Well, how high is this wall right here where Dusk is?
walls are about 12 foot high.
12 foot. And the tower?
Tower's about 30 foot high.
30 foot. Okay. I wonder if she could rush up to the top of the tower, probably. I think.
You are Tabaxi, you've got that Russian thing, so
Yep.
you can move quite quickly if you choose. Yes, you can get up to the top of the tower.
That's what Dawn did.
Time to climb up the tower.
Okay.
She need to make the save.
To get to the top of the tower, no.
No, I mean from the dragon.
No, not till the dragon's turn.
By the way, it's been 10 minutes, so you should take Bless off.
Bless off. Boink. Actually, you did another concentration anyway, didn't you? So. Guidance is a concentration? There's Bless concentration?
Yeah.
No, but
No, I'm not sure.
Dust.
I mean,
anything else
it's
for your-
concentration up to 1 minute anyway, so it didn't
Yep.
matter.
Got it.
I don't think Dusk can do anything to reach the dragon from here, but
Okay,
she'll keep watch.
you got it. By the way, Dusk, there are 4 guards with bows that are not using them.
They're failures.
I don't know if I would trust Dusk with a bow.
Okay, fair enough. So just throwing it out there, Dawn, implacable as you are, what are you doing?
I'm looking at. Crap. How high up is it?
It's about 60 feet off the ground, so it's about 30 more feet high than you, and a little bit away.
Okay, so
The longer of the two distances is the way it goes. It's either 30 feet or whatever it is horizontally. I'm not
Okay,
doing
so if I'm 30 feet up, then I could theoretically, because minor illusion is 30 feet. So what he's going to try to do, since its attention came this way, he's going to try to have a, 5-foot, huge ass raven just kind of come around from a little behind it and then swoop in front of its face and take off and try to in a direction that's not focused on them. Maybe just distract it.
Okay,
Attempt.
fair enough. Minor illusions. So, 1, give me a performance for how good your illusion is, and then I'm willing to accept something else if you think it's something other than performance.
Deception, because it's not real.
All right, we'll say you're lying to the dragon. Go for it.
You're lying to the dragon. Oh
Well,
god,
you
he's measuring
lying.
distance. He's measuring distance, guys.
That's a good lie. Not good enough.
Oh.
Jeez.
He sees through your clever ruse. Anything else for you, Dawn?
Nope.
Joey.
Okay, so is this standard frightened status effect, or is this like weird? There's more things besides frightened status
It is.
effect?
It is. You are just frightened, and you may repeat your saving throw at the end of your turn.
Oh Jesus! Just throw shit at it, and then I'll shoot Eldritch Blast at this dragon.
All right,
Kinda making
disadvantage, I
some nice
believe.
Yep, making some nice shadowy, not javelins.
Nice shadow,
15?
not
Wow.
Jevons. 15's gonna miss.
All right, and I'm super afraid.
Super scared.
Sorry, before I end my turn to make my wisdom saving throw,
Mhm.
I am going to go prone.
Fair deal. Talaise.
Jeez, I don't know, man.
Roar.
Yeah, kinda. And despite the fact that I have an attack that has a 60-foot range, I'm not that stupid. To mock a dragon, that is the dumbest idea in the world. Shoot. Can I get up on the tower then? I suppose.
You how much can you move? You can move 30?
feet. Yeah.
So you could get to the tower. I would say you could, if you would probably need to do your dash because you do not have a climb speed, so you'd be at half speed to get up the tower,
Okay.
unless you have a climb speed.
I don't think I do.
Okay. So if you would like, you may get to the top of the tower, but that would exhaust you for this round.
Well, I can't really do anything else, so
All right.
yeah. So I'll go ahead and get to the top of the tower here.
Tower topping, you go. Chloe.
I
Oop.
just realized that I'm not in the turn order.
Oh, click yourself, throw yourself back in the turn order, and we'll hit you in 1 second. You're the special one. You go here.
Okay. Okay.
Chloe, what was the wisdom saving throw for?
The big blue thing in the sky, I assumed.
Did you weren't on the tower, so he has not scared you yet.
Okay, well, I'm looking at him, and I'm about to try and throw this big stick at him, I guess.
You can certainly try. What's the
This
range of
doesn't
your big
seem-
stick?
Not enough. That's what. Yeah, it's for sure going to be a disadvantage.
10 is not going to strike the adult dragon. Any additional action, bonus action, etc.
I'll just make it as far as I can up the tower.
All right. Chloe starts chugging her way up the tower, hand over hand. Waverly.
Okay. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm all about bad ideas today.
Oh God, Waverly, you promised.
I'm sorry, I can only do what's in character. Run up here. Kind of squeeze my way in here. And yeah. Shoot off an arrow at the dragon.
Okay. That's a little bit of a miss.
It's a little bit.
A little bit of a miss. The great blue dragon now casts eyes upon even more of you. Everyone who's on the upper level who has not already made the saving throw, please try to make it. Which I think is Waverly and Talaise and Dusk. Ooh, Talaise.
Did I do it?
Dusk
Oh my
killing
God,
it.
I did it!
Waverly killing.
Woo!
Like,
Woo!
You just are not scared.
Can't scare the mouse,
But
even when you should.
as the dragon moves past the tower,
And then he kills us all.
I wouldn't kill you all.
Breath
All
weapon.
Could you even say that with a straight face?
Oh my
Yep.
god.
What?
Ah.
Where's it? The end?
Yeah, where is he? Where is it?
How
Where
big is
aiming?
it?
5 feet.
Where's?
That is not the right direction. What were you doing?
5
It's coming
feet.
right at my fucking face, isn't it?
It's 5 feet.
90-foot line that is 5 feet wide.
Oh.
So it's good
Okay.
we're spread out, I guess, but
Only one of
Are
us
we-
will die.
And it's gonna be
A
me.
beam of lightning
Oh, it's not even coming at me. Oh, thank God.
strikes 2 of the cowering guards. As the dragon swoops close and then continues flying past. Valandra, you smell ozone.
Big flash of light.
Just a moment.
12d10 lightning damage. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Is he still within 60 feet?
He is still within 60 feet.
Okay. Guess he can make another dex saving throw.
And your DC is a
My DC is a 14.
14. He does pass.
Okay.
And that is no damage on a pass?
Yep, no damage.
No damage. No damage dealt. Dusk.
So you may notice that Dusk is starting to do that thing where she sort of settles on her haunches and her butt
Okay.
is wiggling a little bit.
Don't you
Okay.
dare.
No, no, no. Oh my God, don't you dare. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
How low is the dragon right now?
The dragon is approximately 60 feet off the ground.
Oh, still too high.
The tower is approximately 30 feet high. The crenellations on the tower are another 5 feet. So you would need to cover roughly 25 feet vertical. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So that's probably about a 7 foot, maybe give you a little bit more. You're 6 foot tall, so that's about 15 feet or so. So it's still going to be about 20 feet out of your reach.
Damn. Okay.
Just imagining one of the like the videos of those cats that like jump and like uselessly just like don't go
Slide
anywhere, just like
And they,
fall.
and they instantly fall. Yeah.
She's got to think of something.
And then get up and pretend nothing happened.
Basically.
There are some dead people and some bows.
You know what? What I will say though is the dragon's wings do beat. If you wish to do this, because I think it would be awesome. It's a really bad idea. This is a trap. Let's be very clear that I'm setting you up for failure here. But if you are willing to make an acrobatics check at a DC 15, and then make your attack roll at disadvantage, I'll say you can land a hit on it.
See, because what she wanted to do is she wanted to try and climb up it and get onto like its head and just to distract it, like get it flying
Well,
around in
you can
circles.
definitely make a grapple attack if you wish. That is well within your attack options should you get that high.
That sounds like the sort of plan Waverly would be in favor of.
Oh, I have to really consider this. Well,
Valandra doesn't want
Keep in
you to
mind what happens
die.
if you make it. What if it shakes you off?
I fall and die.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got claws, and
So-
it's got a hell of a lot of handholds.
So I'm
going
going to give you a 10-second countdown to a decision. 10,
Oh my god.
9,
Oh
8,
gods. Good
7,
gods. Oh no.
six,
Wait, I don't want to do
5, 4, 3,
fuck it.
2. Whoa! All right. Effortlessly, Dusk leaps into the air, timing it perfectly as the great blue dragon's wings sweep down. She's within striking distance of those wing tips. Now, Dusk, you can punch, do damage. You could grapple and try and do that run up the wing thing to get to the back. Whatever you're doing is at disadvantage, though. What are you doing?
I'm not gonna do any damage to this dragon, that's the thing. So the best bet is to try and distract it. So I'm gonna try and climb up it because I've got claws and that helps me hold on real time.
All right.
She does have a climb speed.
I do.
Technically, the target of your grapple must be no more than one size larger. We're breaking the rules. That's okay. This is cool. What I'm going to need, though, is a strength athletics check.
Okay.
So give me an athletics check.
See, athletics.
And it's at disadvantage, so I need both sides of the roll, and we take the lower.
Okay. Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh,
Oh my god,
God.
really?
So that's a 5.
God damn it, disadvantage.
The dragon flexes its wings. They just shoot straight out, and it just hurls you back against the wall of the tower.
Oh my god!
Well,
You fall 30 feet down to the ground.
Like
amazing.
outside?
Every 10 feet is 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Do you have anything that offsets fall damage? Monks sometimes do, but I'm not sure if you're there yet.
She's a cat. Cat should.
Like the most she could do is try to like claw against the wall to try and like slow and break her fall with since she's got like a bajillion claws. That's the only thing she could do.
If you do not have the monk's feather fall ability yet, you are taking only 7 points of damage
Oh, that's surprising.
from
Okay.
your valiant effort.
So is
And
she on the
dragon-
outside of the
and-
wall, or is she
And
outside?
you are outside the wall on the ground.
Cool. Like right here.
Right there.
I tried.
Valiant, but Dawn, your sister's a little nuts.
Yeah, they both are. Well, he's gonna come over and just sort of look over to see if she's alive or not.
Slow fall is 4th level.
4th level, thank you. I knew they had something.
Yeah.
This is probably not gonna work at all. But given the circumstance, but he's gonna try.
Wow. That's gutsy, my friend.
Oh. My goodness.
I don't know why that picture's not working. I have the things backwards. That's why.
I'm very amused by you awaken the sense of mortality in an
Yeah,
immortal
he's
creature.
I really want to
to
see
make
this
him
gif.
feel bad about what he
I want
did.
to see this gif really bad.
Hold on.
Hold on, I want to see what this gif is.
It failed.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It's scared of Dawn.
The dragon
Oh
lurches in the air.
I
GIF.
can't
Oh,
believe
somebody
this.
please put the gif on there.
Hold on. Let me fix
That is
the thing.
That's an angry cat brother. That's what that is.
He just like hits
So-
it.
So angry, he scared a dragon.
Hold on, let me get that gif. I did the thing back. So, well,
The dragon
Wow.
flinches as it sees another tabaxi come running at it, thinking that it's about to be pounced again. As it curls its wings in, it looks over, and I think, Dawn, what do you do to scare a dragon?
I think it's again one of those like he just the
This?
glint.
What the gift was? Just
All right. So any additional action bonus?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That's
that.
a fantastic gift.
right.
Let me see if I fixed it. Hold on.
Oh
That
my
is-
god.
There we
That's
go.
That is
fantastic.
amazing.
So he just like
Excellent.
looks at it and does that.
And you do get a response. The dragon does not seem pleased by this. Joey,
Okay, Waverly, come here. I'm gonna set
What?
you up. All right, and you're gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna hold my action. I'm going to take the help action if Waverly is within 5 feet of me.
okay.
I
If she
can
makes an
absolutely
attack.
do that. I can absolutely do that. I was planning on weaving my way over to that side of the wall before I took another shot at it.
Fair enough. Strategy starts happening. Telays,
Dusk from the ground, yelling, "Aim for its eyes!"
So she's gonna move a little closer. A little
Okay.
closer. Not too just enough. Can she talk to it?
I don't know that it'll listen, but you certainly may try.
Okay. She would like to talk to it in Draconic and say, "Tell us what you want." Can I do like a persuasion for that?
Yeah, give me a persuasion on that one. Your treasures and your lives.
Okay.
Don't let the cat get me.
I don't know what to do. I
That
can't.
doesn't leave a lot of room for negotiation.
Guys, I'm not gonna sit here and mock it because it's not gonna do any damage. I'm just, Talace is just like, I don't have anything I can do. This is a freaking dragon. I may not be afraid of it, but I'm just like, I feel really helpless here.
Do what Joey was gonna do and try the aid another action on someone. Maybe would that work?
I don't know what to do.
How does that work here?
So anytime you're within 5 feet of someone, you can give the help action. That gives them advantage on their next effort.
All right. Well, she'll get a little closer to Dawn and help him if he needs help in the next action. There's really nothing I feel I can do.
I will ask one question. I don't remember the answer. Do you have any of those in spur things left?
I do.
I
I
don't
do.
know if you wanted to use it, but just
I
as
don't-
things that are on your sheet.
I know.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Everything's a trap.
Everything's a trap, and like I'm literally holding on to every little bit of stuff that I have because I don't have anything to spend at this point. My character is nearly exhausted on everything she can do.
That brings up Chloe.
All right, I'll finish coming up the steps,
Top
shove
of the
my
tower.
way in between Dawn and Talise, and hurl a javelin at the now in range dragon.
30
How
feet.
far-
What do you got?
Yeah, 30 feet.
As long as you're by Dawn,
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Oh God!
just drop it off the side of the thing.
If only someone had helped you instead of Dawn. No, that's mean. Why would I say that?
Yeah, what? How would I know? How would I know?
Chloe, anything else for you?
I guess I would just like look over the side and just tilt my head and be like, "Is that Dusk?"
Hi.
And that's it.
I'm okay.
Waverly, it comes to you.
All right.
Joey, I guess ready to throw you up in the air so you have a cleaner shot. Joey, what are you doing to help?
I'm just getting the wind ready. It's gonna be like 10 miles to the east. Okay, and he just
Perfect wind.
flapped.
You got it. You do that thing where you drop a little grass.
Yep.
All right. Waverly, what you doing?
Now that I have squirmed my way over to this side of the wall, I'm gonna shoot another arrow. Hopefully.
with advantage. Please fire away.
All right.
Advantage is
Nice.
a good thing.
Oh wow.
The arrow strikes home, chipping a few scales off the blue dragon. It's like death was whispering and nobody was listening.
You attack damage too, because of advantage.
Oh, right.
It's like I hit it
Well-
with my maul.
Well struck.
I bet that kills it.
Uh,
I
That kills it.
maybe,
I will take the opposite end of that bet. What do
maybe,
you want to put?
I mean, I wish.
Any odds. Any odds. Yeah.
How many levels would we go up if we killed this dragon?
that would be
lot.
impressive.
What is it, like 50,000 experience or something?
Oh my good gods.
The dragon remains alive and begins flapping away.
Dawn scared it off.
You can hear it wrapping its tongue around its teeth, taking in great gulps of air.
Oh no.
It sounds a
Oh,
lot like
God.
when people rub cloth together, like they're building up a charge of some sort.
Chloe
But
instantly
Valandra,
answers.
what are you doing?
Okay, let's see. Valandra will shout "get down" to everyone and then go over to the to try and open the Sally gate to let Dusk back in.
Climb the wall.
I can climb.
Oh, he can climb the wall, right.
Look,
Hmm.
this is all
Joey,
bad.
you are no longer as frightened. Well done.
In that case,
This is all bad.
I can't reach the dragon. I don't want to go up somewhere where I'll be a target too. Let's see. I'll just. I don't think I have anything to do in that case.
All right. Held action of any sort?
Yeah, I'll hold action to try and preserve life for anyone who goes down in just a moment.
Right, jeez.
Fair enough. Dusk. Ground's actually fairly soft. I mean, that was comfy. I guess you should get up though.
I should probably get up. She picks herself up, kind of like, I'm surprised it didn't die. She probably landed on her feet, as cats do. And she'll just climb her way back up into the tower, because
Okay.
there's not much else she can do at the moment.
Dusk begins climbing back up the tower. Dawn, your sister's climbing towards you. What are you doing?
He's going to head this way. Is it facing us or is it facing away?
Facing away at the moment, specifically away from you.
He's gonna like if I try to make an aim shot to like blast a hole in its wing, would that be like a disadvantage or?
Nope, normal attack. You may certainly make that attack. Call shot on the wing. 14 is not going to strike the dragon.
That was 8 another, right? For the
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, well
She-
done. Roll the other roll.
Oh,
Oh well.
Kidding?
Consistent, very consistent, but not high. Any other activity for you, Dawn?
He's gonna tell people to spread out
And get
Because
down.
and get down, because it's not facing this way now, but it may. So he's going to scoot and crouch behind this 5-foot wall.
Fair enough. Joey.
So can I see the dragon? Like, I don't know how high up it is.
It's 60 feet up in the air, and it's big. So you may not have direct line of sight on it now, but you know whereabouts it is when the wings come up.
Okay, because I want to shoot at it, because that sounds reasonable.
You may certainly shoot at it.
I'm going to stand up and then back up as much as I can to actually be able to see it when
Sure.
it comes into the right place. How about that 6, though?
Yeah, that's a solid shot. You close your eyes and you're pretty sure you hit it.
Nailed
So-
it. See? Nailed it, guys. Nailed it.
Absolutely. Anything else for you?
No.
No. Telays.
Dusk, are you climbing up the outside of the wall? Is that what's happening there?
Yep. Well, if you do the feline agility, she could probably make it up.
I don't think she's
No.
stood still since her first use of it.
Yeah. So she's just taking her time.
Okay. Can I take the bow and arrow off of this dead guard here?
Certainly may.
All right. Does that mean I get a bow and arrow?
You have a bow and arrow in hand.
Fantastic. So now I have a ranged weapon.
You certainly do.
Then I'm gonna move right here, and
Okay.
I'm gonna take Dawn's advice, and I'm going to crouch down. And
Okay.
I will hold my action because I'm assuming I only have like a 30-foot range on this bow and arrow.
It depends on the
It is a long bow, so you actually have plenty of range.
120 feet
Yep.
120
Well,
feet.
with a longbow.
Yep. You could definitely take a shot at Ye Olde Dragon if you chose.
Wow. Okay. Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Certainly what may. Please make me an attack roll.
So is that just like a d20?
Yeah, just roll me a d20. Actually, yeah, you can just roll me a d20. That'd work.
Plus dex.
Plus dex. Yeah. I'm assuming you're not proficient with longbows?
It's
Or-
a simple weapon, isn't it?
Not a longbow, no.
Longbows are martial.
Okay.
Okay, so plus dex, not plus your proficiency.
Correct.
Well, I would get a proficiency anyway because I'm a jack of all trades.
Roll the d20, then we'll do math.
Okay.
We'll see if the math is necessary.
Obviously,
Math is
work out.
probably
Yeah.
not necessary on this one.
didn't work out.
Did not. But we can come back to that one next time. Chloe.
But by the way, jack of all trades is to ability checks, not attack
Okay.
rolls.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Chloe's mathing.
There's nothing to math here. It's just shit wall to wall. I guess I'll throw another stick at it
Okay.
and then run down the stairs because I don't know what you guys are crouching for. It's safe down here. So I'll hurl this at disadvantage, and
Oh,
I think you've been downplaying your stick.
That picture is apropos. Wonder Woman.
Well thrown. That is 6 points of piercy damage.
I don't even know if she had time to like watch it actually hit. She just tossed it and then started running down the stairs.
I just noticed that I put something in the chat box and I don't even know what it is, so ignore that.
That's all right.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Summoning elder gods, that's what that is.
So as the elder gods are summoned by Dusk, Waverly, what are you doing over there?
Oh, the dragon is in the wrong place for me to. How high is the tower again?
So from where you are, the tower goes up about 15 feet.
Okay.
The dragon is about 30 feet beyond that. I'm going to say for the simplicity of it, if you back up to the wall, then you can see it, or at least enough of it to take a shot.
Okay. Okay, we'll do that. Up to about there?
Up to about there.
All right.
So now you've got enough of an angle on it to take the shot.
Let's try this again. No.
Queen.
It was not a very good shot.
All right. As the dragon is bloodied and frightened, it turns its head looking to the northwest. It lets out a roar, and you hear vroom, 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 from the bull roars. It hisses, and a little belch of lightning heads in that direction. Then the dragon turns and begins winging away eastward.
The opposite direction?
Correct.
Get back here. We weren't done with you.
No, let it go. Let it go.
It seems to be entirely done with you and this nonsense. Congratulations, you have survived a blue dragon.
Woo!
Trust nothing.
Don't really feel accomplished.
Are there scales like broken off onto the ground that I could go collect?
Dawn feels a little bit accomplished.
We did note a few scales were knocked loose. There are a few blue dragon scales on the ground.
Waverly will definitely go out and collect a few for souvenirs when she has a chance.
All right. So congratulations. You have defended and repaired the Sally Port. You have driven away the blue dragon.
That's generous.
Wow, that's a
Pretty
heroic
sure
thing
it
we
just
did there.
decided to
We
leave.
have
survived until it left. That's what we did.
we have successfully annoyed the blue dragon.
There we
You
go.
have successfully annoyed the blue dragon. The frightened was a little unexpected. Wasn't thinking that was going to happen.
That
and
was
especially
that
it
was
wasn't
pretty
gonna slide
incredible.
through.
Our terror kitty.
Yes, the kitties are intimidating, but you have dealt it enough damage to annoy it and make it not want to put up with this anymore. It leaves.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Dusk.
Okay.
Take 12.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh god.
And
Did that.
out of spell slots.
It's been
Here
an
we go.
exhausting evening.
Wait,
it-
it leaves, or it just leaves our general area?
It continues flying away till you can no longer see it.
Ooh,
even
can I look
using
through
your
my
dragon eye?
Okay. Just keep going. You're Steve.
I knew where that was going. And do please add one spyglass to your sheet until and unless you should happen to return it.
Oh, I'm never giving it back.
I sort of
That's ours
assumed it
now.
wasn't.
I am never giving it back.
There's a rule about people who lose things, but we won't recap that now. Glumfellow already gave us a little more insight. Any questions, comments, concerns before we head towards the break? You guys have a little bit more to do in Greenest.
Casey, sir?
Uh-huh.
Just curious if frightening a dragon was on your experience points list, and if not, how much would that have gotten us?
There are some experience points on the list for the encounter with the dragon. I will do some math once we break and give you what those are. The frightening and the acrobatics, both excellently done. The help action, while frightened, also a stroke of genius. Well done there. And everyone's been playing real well. So yeah, experience points galore, but you're a long way from third.
We don't
Aw.
have to be.
You do. You do. There's so much to do here. So, any other questions, comments, concerns? I don't believe you guys hit the magic number for the extra loot pile.
If we're talking YouTube subscribers, that is
Yes.
a negative. We are
That is a
currently
negative.
sitting at 75.
All right. But thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Always
Absolutely.
looking for more. Please feel free to hit those subscribe buttons. YouTube for the cool custom URL. So I have to get to say YouTube/something rather than YouTube/U lowercase e x capital 0. I'm not even sure if you make capital zeros.
Just record yourself saying it once and then just copy paste.
As long as you
I
sound
don't
like
think
a
that
robot
works in the
when
real
you play
world. But congratulations, folks. I'm going to take a 2 to 3 minute break to refill things and empty things, and then I'll come back and hang out.
I'm so mad I
What?
didn't take the inspiration because I could have been on that dragon. I'm so mad. Oh my god.
So
I will transition the stream over to a somewhat neutral thing for after hours, and I'll leave it up for a little while.
cool.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
but if you had taken the inspiration, then maybe your brother wouldn't have been angry enough to frighten the dragon.
It's true.
That's
True.
true.
All right, back in 5. Have a great one. See you in a few minutes.
Okay. Oh. I don't think anything was more satisfying than hearing all of you at once immediately protesting. Oh man.
Well, she was almost a ninja.
She tried. Oh my good God.
But I think it'll be hard for Dawn not to be a little bit pleased with himself.
She's just gonna be sitting there on the tower like, well, that should have happened.
Hello. Oh gosh, yeah. I am sorry I didn't participate in a lot of the damage there to that dragon, but I was just like, I am not gonna hurl insults at this dragon because that is a problem. I mean, he already shot lightning at us twice. Once, twice, I don't know.
Once.
That was fun. Hi, everybody.
We didn't die.
We didn't die.
Really surprised we didn't die.
Yeah. I'm really surprised I didn't die.
Oh gosh, we need a rest really bad, guys. Both the people with healing spells, were tapped. There's no more healing to be done.
Yep.
Need a nap.
Waverly did not help with that. I'm sorry.
I think I've used. No, I used most of my spells on Dawn. Never mind.
Well, the good thing is that Edgar can, being that he is a sentinel raven, he could, while everyone sleeps, he could, he doesn't require sleep, so he could stay awake and, at least rouse Dawn if there's an issue.
That sounds useful.
Yeah, I mean,
It could awaken.
a
Like,
short
yes.
rest would be back my inspiration abilities to give out to you guys. I mean,
kind
I know
of.
I'm holding on to those with a iron grip because I only got 2 left to spend because I have no spells to give you guys. So I have to be very careful how I dish those last 2 out if we don't get a long rest or even a short one.
I still can't believe she actually made it onto the dragon's arm.
That was pretty freaking sweet that she just kitty jumped onto the dragon's face.
And they got
Oh my god. I should have. Oh.
That's a story to tell. That's for sure.
I got a 20 on that one roll though. Like if I just use inspiration.
her.
Oh my god.
future grand kittens.
Oh boy. Oh well.
Yeah, when
like one
when
of those
when
stories-
Valandra heals you, she'll take you by the shoulders and go, "Never do that again."
This is just she can't even believe it herself that it actually worked.
There's a corner for stupid risks. And you're gonna go sit in the corner.
No
With
corners.
Waverly.
With
With
Waverly.
Waverly.
I was gonna say
Waverly,
with
oh, just-
Waverly.
Waverly and Dusk in a corner.
You guys, my character is supposed to be the one with all the bad decision-making habits. What the heck?
I don't think we have a dearth of bad decision-making habits in this party.
Decision making. What's this I hear? Oh, you guys are doing fine.
No, we're talking about our bad choices. All of our bad decisions.
I don't remember any bad decisions at all. Every one of them was entertaining.
It's not the same thing.
Well, it is for me. Does everybody have fun?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I am personally a little disappointed with this particular mission in the module, but I think you guys did well with it, and I think it had the appropriate level of danger. By the way, the fright was pretty clutch, and it not getting a recharge on its breath weapon also very important to your survivability.
Oh, thank God.
Oh boy.
As I look back over Dragon's statistics, I realize I did miss clobbering Dawn when she got within melee range, but I guess we can let that one go.
But he might have just been surprised that a cat just jumped on his face.
I'm going to say you fell out of range before he thought to hit you with his tail.
Okay, that worked.
But
Oh, but if he had tried, she would have tried to grapple onto his tail. That's the thing. Like, good luck, but she's holding on.
let go! Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh.
So reactions to the townsfolk were a little different than I was expecting. There's a little more hostility from your group than I thought.
Yeah.
Dusk likes the townspeople well enough.
It didn't help when the governor was like, we'd all be like, ooh.
He was a master of foot in mouth.
Everyone's always invited to the man. Well, some of you maybe haven't been.
Oh, really? Really?
You were just like, I was just like, Stelios was just
But-
like, you
But
should just
funny,
stop
I must have lost my invitation.
You know, the postal service in this area just not what it
No,
used to be.
It could be improved vastly.
You know, that bridge and that little path that goes back to your place, very treacherous. You know, we lose more post people there.
Really, you were surprised that we weren't all like, "Yay, they love us now."
I was expecting a little more basking in it. Not like yay, just like, oh hey, we should keep this going. You guys are like, I see through this bullshit.
That's not trying.
Like
That's
Dawn
good
just
friend.
zero fucks given. Just zero. Like, if they cared, they would have always cared. They do not
Exactly.
Basically.
I-
Exactly.
I think it was awesome the way you guys reacted. I was like, yes. Glum fellows in the corner like doing a victory dance.
He
Raising the
raised
roof.
them well.
Just zero fucks given.
Like for the first time in 10 years, Linan smiles. But I think it was fun.
I mean, Dawn was happy, or Dusk was happy. She got kitty pets.
Yeah, she was really happy. She did like the pets. She was just like, I kind of want everybody to keep liking us.
Yeah, I heard that amidst the discussion. I was like, oh, that's almost sad.
They're not gonna. The moment, like,
This all
She's a
settles
sad
down.
kitty.
It'll go back to what it was before.
Pretty much. But it's
You mean
nice
the
to
moment you
hold
started
on.
torturing someone in the middle of the keep?
It is. That is. She's trying to be. I can't believe I kept losing those intimidation rolls. I mean, come on. I just threw a bunch of dead bodies on his face, and he's just laughing it off.
He's
Screw
just-
this shit.
He's kind of a psycho.
He is kind of a psycho. I mean,
And
he
she's
has that
trying-
going with him.
She's trying to out-psycho him because she is a charlatan as her background, so she's trying to over-intimidate him. And it's just not working out.
No.
It's just not working out.
Just
Get
did
the
not
wrong-
land this time. Too much time spent charming, not enough time spent, like, knee breaking.
She's really not much of a knee breaker. She doesn't have a lot of strength.
The trick to knee breaking is momentum. It's not strength.
You need
No.
glasses to glint at
I do.
specific moments.
Dawn, will you loan me your glasses? Would that give me like a plus to my intimidation checks? But borrow his
She
glasses.
gets ready to intimidate someone. She walks over, just takes the glasses off the back seat, puts them on, walks back.
She can't see anything, but she's just making her way through it.
Good stuff.
Oh God, I laughed way too hard. She's just stealing things out of people's hands a lot lately too.
Yeah, that was a sort of an unexpected move.
That was ballsy.
See, she thought that it was something that was really, really valuable, and it turns out to be a spyglass, and that doesn't have any value to it. She's
You
like, "Well, this
haven't-
is useful."
You haven't looked up spyglass in the list,
They're
have you?
like,
No.
I know what.
You do me a favor and look that one up.
I will do that now.
Just right over in the compendium. Type in that spyglass. You might have to go to equipment.
It doesn't exist.
Adventure Gear equipment page. Have you got it in there? Where's it
don't-
at?
There's no equipment page. I don't know what you're talking about. I have items. I can look for
fine.
items.
Yeah, no, like you if you just type in spy in the compendium, it comes up. You get a spy and the spyglass.
Does it give you the?
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, let's see. It's 1,000 gold pieces worth, which Glumfellow kindly told me. They're magnified twice their size. Adventuring gear. It has a weight of 1. That's it.
It's 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I mean you're sort of,
I ain't
you're sort of
selling this to
burying the
nobody.
lead here.
I am not selling this to anybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's extremely useful. It's a very good thing to steal.
Yeah, that's definitely worth keeping.
He's like,
We need it more. We need
Nice.
it more, so we should keep it.
She's gonna keep it.
We just scared off a fucking dragon for you. You can give us a spyglass.
But I need that to keep an eye on my constituents.
Wow, that's
No, you
perfect.
don't. We
Every
should
time
not
he
die.
says constituents,
Hands him the glasses.
Dawn's Dawn's fur just like ruffles up a bit. His hackles get raised.
Oh, you don't like Governor Tarball?
No.
We don't like the way he pronounces words. I'm right there with you, Dawn. Like, it's constituents.
Nice,
the whole thing.
constituents.
It's constituents.
Now, see, I'm an efficient man.
Oh
And-
God.
An
Just
efficient man don't want to take up extra time with all them fancinesses.
excuse her while she just puts her hand over his mouth and just is like, stop talking. Stop talking. And I apologize, but she did. I know she cut him off a lot, but she just cannot stand to listen to
No,
babble.
it's totally okay. Absolutely okay.
I'm really amused at the orphan correcting the governor on grammar.
We
I'm
were
just
very
very
well
amused by that.
educated,
We had
okay?
very good education.
Governor Tarball's man of the people.
Merca.
Which is why he lives in the biggest house, has the nicest clothes, has the most food, and so on and so forth, etc., etc.
Well, of course, as people are doing well, he's doing well.
Yeah.
You can tell how well you're doing by how good I look.
Excuse her while she just soils all of his clothes. Because she can do that. Just wave her hand and he's just covered in mud.
That's cold.
Now you're reflecting how we're doing.
Oh,
I feel like
now is a good time to highlight that on Dusk's character sheet, it is chaotic good.
That fits.
That's okay. So is Waverly. She
Neutral.
understands.
Neutral good.
Chaotic good. She understands.
Neutral good.
Dawn's
That's okay.
neutral.
The
Something.
Longfellow plays a long game, so he's just waiting. You guys will come around.
Neutral something.
He's probably over there like, and she's throwing corpses
neutral.
in there. Yes,
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
that's my girl.
What do you think of Dawn scaring the shit out of a dragon? That's
Yeah.
What does the dragon know that we don't?
The dragon was not in it to win it. That's the part that I wish they'd picked a different creature, but
Right.
that gives you your dragon. And you did legitimately meet the requirements for it to be frightened away.
That's awesome.
Dusk is just gonna be lying on the floor for a bit.
I wonder if we'll have enough time to actually take a rest here at this point.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Because
me
we
too.
really need it.
I can inform you right now you'll have time to take a short rest.
That's not the kind we need.
And
Well,
if you wish to take the benefits of that short rest, you certainly may.
Well, I can tell you guys that if we get to take a short rest, I can help your hit dice. I have a song. I have the Song of Rest. I can help you get better if you have health issues.
Okay.
I
It's
can
not-
word.
It's not the health issues I'm worried about.
I know. Well,
That's all
it
that
is.
spells
But
out.
everything.
Or it's not the current health issues I'm worried about, it's the future ones.
right.
Well, I can
I won't be
reveal-
around to do something for.
I can reveal without spoilering that next session is the dramatic conclusion of the Greenest chapter.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I may go and even so far as to say it's the high drama conclusion of the Greenest chapter. So there will be some hijinks, and we'll see how the party handles that one. Looking forward to that.
How are we doing on experience?
Oh, you know what? Let me do some math. I can do math. Bum. Where's my math sheet? There's my math sheet. Save the mill. Screw the mill. You realize it was a trap. Each character receives 50 experience points.
Good for you, Don.
Good call. Actually, you guys were all pretty leery of that. But then you put it all together. That's dramatic conclusion. We haven't done that yet. Where you at? Dragon attack. Characters each earn 50 experience for driving away Lenathan. There's another 50 there.
Lenathan.
Lenathan. He just wants your treasure and your lives and keep the frickin' cats away. He's allergic.
Oh gosh, write that into his character bio.
Oh my god, please.
Do it. He has to be allergic to cats. I need a sneezing blue dragon when we get him back.
You do not want a blue dragon sneezing at you, but it's in there. Allergic to cats.
Oh my god, please tell me that his wing's breaking out in halves right now.
He has to transform into like human form so he can wipe the fur off of his face because it makes him all itchy.
Your dragon.
He's flying away so he can find a big enough river to dunk his face in to wash the dander and fur off. He's worried he's gonna get cat scratch fever. Secretly a cat hypochondriac. I'm sorry.
What?
I could do this forever. Oh,
I love adding nuance to my creatures. So Lenathan is allergic to cats. He
this is amazing. Yes. I'm so happy.
so let's see here. Prisoners, you have acquired prisoners. You have successfully interviewed the prisoners. You have 25 experience for that. You guys killed some stuff. Where's my Sallyport? Sallyport. Bum, bum, bum. Now I have to do real math.
So if you guys are doing your hit dice, taking the effects of a short rest, if anybody's doing hit dice, whatever you roll, add an additional 1d6 hit points because Talace is playing a Song of Rest.
Nice. I think I will do that.
Question: do you have like with that Song of Rest? Do you have to roll for that to work?
So
Because he's only missing two hit 2 hit points, so it's like not a like I wasn't gonna roll. That's
well, okay.
silly.
Let me just read it to you so you can see what I see. If you or any friendly creature who can hear your performance regain hit points by spending hit dice at the end of the short rest, each of those creatures regain an extra 1d6 hit points. So you do have to spend your hit dice to get this extra d6.
Brought me up to full. That's all that counts.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm sorry, I was in the other room. Are we talking about a short rest?
Yes, we are
yes,
getting
you
a short
have the
rest.
benefits of a short rest.
I want to argue that we should not be taking a short rest.
Okay, what would you like to do?
We just got rid of their dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we sitting and waiting?
Because we're worn out.
Because we're tired.
Because we just fucking got rid of a dragon.
Like, we're talking like they have no eyes in the sky. They didn't know that it was going to happen.
We've got Edgar. By the way, Valindra, you're getting a fist bump from Talace for that remark.
Okay. Like, oh, that's really scary for when we try to do anything else in the town.
So, I know you're doing math, Casey.
Yep.
If everybody is getting to heal, Cuth and Linan would probably also benefit from that Song of Rest.
Okay.
Because I can still see that they are low.
I don't think there's a user limit.
It's just anyone that can hear you.
Yeah, anyone that can hear. But I only mention it to you because you're the one who controls them, and they're both down.
No. What I'm saying is, I believe everyone in the entire keep basically benefits from your Song of Rest.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just mentioning it to you specifically about them specifically because they're the only ones I can see that are injured.
Fair enough. They don't get to rest. They're taking care of babies, and babies are annoying.
Well, then maybe they should get into a different line of work.
That is an excellent plan. But we will get them corrected.
Dusk's gonna punch it.
How did she make a link? I'm trying
I don't know. I did what you told me.
There's no space or anything in
No,
between,
it's all
like
right next
No,
to each other.
There's no space.
what does the URL look like? It has
It-
to have the .jpg or .gif or whatever at the end.
oh,
yes.
that might be it then. Okay, let's try.
Like I throw everything in like an Imgur or somewhere.
Okay, let's try this one then. This one should work.
All right. Total session XP 275.
Woohoo! 525 plus. We're close.
What's the total?
Hold on.
Someone did
275 now.
We have
Belen-
525.
Valandra is a little behind at 300, so Valandra will be at 575. Everybody else, I think, was at the full total.
25 plus 375.
275.
275.
275.
Already trying to negotiate upwards.
I got it. That's amazing.
Very nice.
I'm so happy. Okay, I love it.
So we have 800 experience points.
800 even. All right.
So
We're 100 away,
close.
guys.
We're
We are 100 away.
close.
So close.
Most of you are.
I'm sorry.
I'm still like 325 away. Still.
You'll get there.
There will be some catch-up points should people fall behind in an overlong fashion, but for right now, we'll leave you with the guys with a little bit of spread. Among your loot, you guys have acquired your spyglass. There are some long bows scattered about, should you guys wish to acquire those. There's some dead people. I don't know that anybody's into body part collecting, but that's an option.
Do they have anything valuable on them?
The dead people in... Oh, hang on. You guys did kill some...
And I stated that I
cultists.
was taking things out of their pocket, so there was nothing useful.
Absolutely. Let me see if the looting cultists that you guys had done any looting. Where'd you go, looting cultists?
On dead body part looting, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks, guys.
All right. Catch you later.
Right.
All right. Where'd it go?
I have to show my last one because I feel like I'm never gonna get to use freaking Thunderweave, even though it's awesome. It's like my best. It's like my best freaking spell, and I never get to use it. But there's my
Boom.
Oh, you had plenty of... There was a whole pile of people down in the square you could have used that on.
yeah,
and it
but it
only
would have
hit,
hurt
like-
all of my friends.
That's... They're not really your friends.
Oh
They're
my
your
God.
family.
Bite
Oh
your
my
tongue.
god.
They're your family. Family aren't friends. That's a completely different thing.
That's not necessarily so.
Family forgives.
I beg to differ.
Ah!
If they live.
Oh, I'm sure somebody knows like a mass healing word or something. Prayer of healing.
But if you guys like any of the gifts that I did, I made them all myself. So if you guys want anything for your spells or your attacks, just let me know. I can make them. You don't have to. I'll host them and everything.
Cool, cool. You know what? I saw people were talking in
No
Twitch,
one
but I
more
didn't keep up.
Get my packed bone next.
As I quickly try and catch up on Twitch, I looked over like twice and I saw things scrolling, but I couldn't split the attention. Tarball's accent was just too intense.
I wonder how many of the viewers that we had for the Twitch channel were us and other people.
Most were
Well,
us, I think.
Not me. I don't keep it open while I'm
Keep it open.
playing.
I do because in case someone comes in, I check it periodically for like if anyone like talks to us, which no one has.
My computer tends to start doing wacky things if I leave Twitch and Roll20 and Discord open all at once. So
That's fair.
Well, if Roll20's chat gets just a little bit better, we could switch back to just doing it all in Roll20, but unfortunately, there's a little tweaky once we
I
got
don't
up to
think-
5 people, and I think 8 people, it would just cry.
You would just start crying.
Yeah,
No other
just-
sound would come through.
You're nothing but the system crying. I'm trying to look up guards and loot, and I keep getting distracted. Hang on here. Doo-doo-doo. All right, you. Where's it at?
Can't wait to get my book.
All right, one guard So there was a spear amongst things, but that wasn't particularly shiny, just a spear. And who would like to be in charge of the luck of the party this time? Whoever it would be, please roll me a D100. You want to roll the
can do
number you
that.
call or high, your choice. Meaning you can call a number and try and roll it. That would be really good. Or just try and roll high.
Just try and roll high.
Just try and roll high, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, okay.
God.
See, you might have called a 7.
Were you gonna call a 7?
I was not going to call a 7.
Oh.
Well,
That's a good number.
4 of a D4. That's not bad.
4 on a D4. That is 40 gold pieces of looted materials that you're able to acquire from the cultists. Please give it among yourselves as you wish and make note of the oddities amongst them.
How many of us are in the group?
There are 6 of you, I think,
6
today.
of you? Because since I'm the one who looted it, I will divide it.
So that'd be 6 gold each, and 4 people get an extra one.
So I will take the extra one, and I will give the 3 other people who get extra ones are going to be Waverly, and
Aw.
Dusk, and Valandra.
Aw.
There we go.
Sorry, how many gold pieces are we talking here?
6 to everybody, but the 3 people I said.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Everybody else, those people I said, get 7.
Aw.
Alright.
Duly received.
Certain people may have gotten an unfair share of the gold. Cool.
I mean, I could have kept the other 4 pieces for myself completely,
Absolutely may have.
but I didn't. I shared it with my sisters.
Yay, sister.
Yay.
All right. Let's see here. You guys have captured people. You've created a little cask of Amontillado.
Yeah, he is walled up in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's really, I like that reference.
You just it's just like, but instead of using bricks like certain people, you're like, I'm just gonna lock you in here with bodies. That's not at all creepy.
Eventually, he
Oh,
will crack. He will crack.
Montresor had nothing on us.
Look, when your bluff fails, you gotta double down.
Dawn thinks it could be quite effective.
See? He'll loosen up. Eventually, I'll get advantage on the roll.
After the disease and pestilence sets in.
Just to make sure that he gets fed, because we don't want him eating the bodies, because then we'll have Wendigos on our hands.
Why not?
Because we'll have a Wendigo on our hand.
Don't know that.
Wendigos are trouble. Do they even? Yeah, they do. Faggy has a Wendigo, right?
And see, now I've given him ideas.
Wow, that's a
I thought
weird creature.
I thought there was a window.
Is that an official one?
One of the stories in my post-colonial English class featured a Wendigo coming to comfort a dying boy after he escaped from a residential school. Just throwing that out there, that for your alternate Wendigo mythology.
Huh. That's an interesting style.
Oh man, we need to get to level 3.
Yes, we do.
What's that? Second level spells, all kinds of new powers.
2 extra spell slots in 2nd level. Like, all of a sudden, I'll be able to cast 6 freaking spells. That's double the amount of spells I can cast right now.
The odd levels are the magic levels.
I get a special book. And extra spells that I can pick spells from anywhere I want.
All
Dang.
the things.
Well, meanwhile, Waverly's been working at spells, and next level, she's going to finally figure out how to do them.
Dude, I can double 2 of my skill proficiencies. Holy cow.
That is
Double any
true.
ability check I make. On specifically 2. Oh man, I'm gonna have to think about that.
Maybe intimidation.
I have a +5 to intimidation.
You know, you say that.
Apparently, that's not enough.
Apparently not.
Dawn has a +6, so he's a little extra scary.
Yeah, the orphans of the Warrens of Unwanted Burden. There's a reason people are like, whoa, okay.
Dusk is not intimidating. She is fluffy.
No, yeah, fluffy punching through a person.
Jeez.
Not at all intimidating as you launch yourself at an adult blue dragon.
Oh my god, did everybody see that?
The guards literally
Everybody saw this.
everybody saw that. Everybody saw
She's a freaking
Whoa!
superhero. And then they saw her fall.
Well, technically you didn't fall. You got hit by the dragon's wing. I mean, you did get up there. It just didn't stick.
You took a blow from the dragon and survived.
Yes.
Took a blow from the dragon, fell to your doom, and climbed back up.
So yes,
So-
there was
That probably didn't hurt either.
yeah, there are some like badges that they make for that. So you know, you can wear you can mark that one down. Yeah, you guys doing awesome. Let's see here. I can't think of anything else I need to throw at you guys before we do our next session. You guys will, unless you come up with other ideas. That's what I'll do. Unless you come up with other ideas, nothing more will happen until dawn. So you guys have nothing will happen until the sun rises. I don't know what happens with dawn. So you guys will have about 5.5 hours to yourselves.
So that
to
doesn't
come up with
equate a long
plans.
rest, does it?
No, it
That
doesn't.
is not quite a long rest.
And yet, not a long rest.
How long is a short rest?
Short rest is
1 hour.
Will we get 5.5 short?
That,
don't have
that
enough-
still
we don't have
doesn't get
enough
my
in
spell
time.
slots back.
I don't think that counts. I wish it did, but it doesn't.
I believe the limit is 1 long rest per day and 2 short rests. Something along those lines. But yeah, I don't think that stacking them up will be useful to you guys aside from boredom. So I will toss it to the party. If you guys want to do anything before the dawn deadline, let me know. And then things will happen as the sun rises.
Okay. Well, Dusk probably will take a nap at some point.
Sleep
But
is probably-
otherwise, she's probably going to be checking on the townsfolk.
Here's a question. Is
Mhm.
there any food in the keep at all?
There is. The keep is stocked to supply most of the town for about 2 weeks comfortably. For about a month rationing uncomfortably. So they are not concerned about the food. They also have the water accessible through the tunnel, which has remained secret up till this point.
The poo water.
Well, the stream sort of pushes the water away, so it doesn't stay poo water for too long. But yes, the poo water.
Okay. So they've got food, they've got water.
I think probably if they're chilling and things are quiet for like 5 hours, Dawn will, make mention of his name. Like he wasn't bringing it up because shit was happening. Many shits were hitting many fans all at once. But he will very likely, and I'll put it in chat too, so everyone else can see that he will respectfully demand that he be referred to as Bernard.
Oh my god.
As,
That's not your name.
It's not your name.
he doesn't want it to be his name. No one is going to take someone named Raindrops seriously.
We
Dawn's a
would.
perfectly respectable name.
So I'm so sorry about all of what I'm about to say, but
Oh no.
so we've got about 5.5 hours. You said. So for about once every 30 minutes for the first 3 hours, she goes over to the door where we have our prisoner, and she casts some kind of prestidigitation, like to increase the smell of decay, or she'll make like the sound, like a very specific, like annoying, like clang noise that repeats over and over and over again for like 5 minutes, and be
Yeah,
completely.
but you have to do
silent.
it. Like if Dawn notices this, he will tell you to make it irregular.
And she'll take that advice. She'll
Like
absolutely take that
don't have
advice.
don't set a rhythm he can get used to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Have it
s-
completely off kilter.
So if I
I
could
think
have
we're
a
breaking the Geneva Convention at this point.
if I could have a little bit. If I could have an intimidation roll with advantage for the help, to put that one in the bank. So a 15, and at the end of this intimidation, what are you trying to get out of it?
I am trying to get him to offer up some information about what they're doing over at the mayor's house.
Okay. So it doesn't take long to break him down after you've basically stuffed him in there with bodies that are dripping on him. It's not a happy place. There's yeah. And what you're asking, he's not too defensive of. What are they doing over at the mansion? They're looting it. And then he gives you more information that is currently hiding from me. Frulam Mondath issues her orders from there. You'll see her in her purple robes.
Oh, I've noticed her already.
She leads this attack.
Thank you. And if he is messed, any kind of soil that might have gotten on him, like she'll actually physically take a handkerchief and like wipe his face off if any of like the blood got on him from the corpses. She'll clean his face off for him, and then
Okay.
that's it. She's not going to take the corpses out. She's going to leave them there. She's
Okay.
going to show him just enough kindness to reward his behavior, and then she's going to leave
the
and
door.
lock the door. Put the door back, and just enough. You reward just enough, but not show total mercy.
Fair enough. He's back in the cupboard.
This can be
And-
a little scary sometimes.
And do me a favor. Do you wish the townsfolk to notice the depths of your cruelty?
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough.
Not hiding it.
I didn't know if you were
Oh.
trying to do it on the sly or if
Nope,
you were just
I'm not being sneaky about it at all. Not even a
Okay.
little bit.
fair deal.
I want it to look like I'm in charge. So if anyone is coming by, like while this is happening, if they glance in and they look frightened, he can see their faces. So I want him to be frightened of me.
Fair deal. By the way, Sin, if you can hear the stuff you're doing on the Twitch, looks awesome.
What's she doing on the Twitch? I closed it.
Just like stuff's moving around and appearing, and it's like getting like a little cooler like each time. Like she's got like the follower goal now like on the scroll wind up. And the pictures are going, and just it looks neat. But it was all moving around. And, like every once in a while, like just like something would move out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, you moved, and I'm like, why would it move? It's just like, Whoa. It's like that clown that just sits in the corner of your room until it doesn't.
I actually had one of those.
You had a clown that sat in the corner of your room and
Yes. Yes. I would. It was
Okay.
like this little clown on a swing. What?
You know how we talked at one point about maybe all getting together and doing a thing somewhere? That's off. I never want to be within like the same state as you. You've got a clown that follows you
No,
around.
I used to when I was small.
Yeah, you know what used to means? It hasn't caught up yet. I don't want to be there when it does. Okay, they don't run. They don't run. They just walk slowly after you, and then one day you're like, and then there's no more. Credits roll.
It walks.
It walks.
Oh my god.
Sorry, sort of derailed myself a little bit there.
Dusk is napping, grooming herself, and checking on townspeople, probably. Oh, and the children. Like, we haven't had a chance to check on the kids from the orphanage yet.
Kids from the orphanage are about a year bigger than you remember them being, which since they were 5, 6, and 7, I think, means they used to be 4, 5, and 6. And that's a pretty good growth spurt year. So they have sprung up. And they're a little more dour than you remember being at that age.
Well, we didn't have dragons.
Yeah, that's gonna make most people a little bit dour. I'd
Yeah.
say.
True.
Also, there were a lot of you, and you sort of played off of each other. There's only really 3 of them, and then Valandra. And I think Valandra might be looking away from them towards you guys more than towards them. I don't know.
They must be more lonely, I guess.
I have to ask about that one. By the way, making me do Glumfellow voice in the middle of a session is cruel.
I'm sorry.
That's a hard one to transition to. I was like,
Look, you can't make everyone's favorite character and not have him talk.
I'm not sure why he's a horrible creature.
It's the voice.
It's the voice.
It's the voice. You've done this to yourself.
He's not a kindly old man.
He is not, but you know what?
But he raised us.
He raised us.
So
That's true.
And somehow he got a kiss out of at what happened tonight.
You guys ask him a question, he starts answering like, no, I don't want to hear your bullshit.
So vague. Just like, what the fuck, dude? Just answer my goddamn question.
You like go up to the wise old hermit on the mountain. He's like, enlighten me. You're like, no, I don't want to hear that.
Just tell me the facts. That's all I want. I don't need any of your guidance. Nothing. Just answer this question directly. Oh. She's just so done with clerics at this point. She's
Yeah.
scaring
Hey,
the
now.
shit out of one. He's the guy
Hey,
in the
now.
closet's a cleric. Not you, Valandra. You're awesome.
Not all clerics.
Not Valandra. No, it has nothing to do with it. Valandra. That's pretty. She's the exception to all rules. The dude in the closet's a cleric, right?
He's not. He has clerical abilities. Yes.
The person I'm terrorizing happens to be a cleric of Tiamat. I apparently love being mean to people who like evil gods.
I think I want that to be your title now, Valandra, the exception to all rules.
Granted.
Hey, you guys do have the ability to bestow nicknames upon one another. I'm looking forward to figuring out what the heck to call your party. I'm referring to you as the Unwanted Burdens until I find otherwise.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, I haven't come up with anything. we're just the group.
Give us some time.
We gotta do something like particularly cool
We do.
and name ourselves after that.
There will be many opportunities for that as you
Dragon
guys progress.
spookers.
Dragon spookers.
Dragon allergy.
Dragon allergy.
I love
One
this
of the
game.
la-
It's so great.
I think one of the last parties I was in that had like a name for the party was the Skydiving Giants.
Skydiving giants.
Wow. Was there a story behind that?
I have no idea. That was from before I joined the party, so I don't actually know why that was the thing.
Trying to
The
figure
other
out
one I remember. Oh,
good.
go ahead. I was just saying the other one I can think of that that the parties actually had a name is Pawns of Prophecy, which was pretty cool. That doesn't really apply here.
Ash, technically the party that Dare came from was called I Came Accidentally.
Oh my god! That's amazing.
Because we were quote unquote a like they were a band and Dare was their hype man. So
Oh,
they were
God.
I Came Accidentally.
Oh my god. That's amazing. He's like
Nobody
he's
yeah,
my
nobody
favorite
was a
drow.
bard.
I want you to understand that he's my favorite drow, and I mean my favorite.
He's such an asshole.
Look who you're talking to. Just because I play a nice, sweet character off of him does not mean that I am not an asshole myself.
But soon, Suat and I will have bad guys that survive more than one encounter with you. Not counting the dragon.
Yeah. Someone that's gonna run away from us.
I have a feeling there are going to be more dragons.
There may be
Just
a
a
few
little,
more.
a little bit of a feeling.
There might be a theme throughout this module set.
We might need some time to build up to fully grown adult dragons, so.
We're so close to level, guys.
Dusk, I just realized Dusk would have been particularly emboldened by the fact that she actually reached the dragon.
Strutting around, super excited.
She's very excited. She's very thrilled.
Is there? I need to see a spell book. I need to start planning what I'm gonna do.
She's trying to groom herself up to look all pretty and proper, but like the whole time she's just like, I landed on a dragon, you guys. It was so cool.
Psst.
Actually, since we have, I just realized, since we have 5.5 to just do random miscellaneous things, on top of all that, I think Dusk would actually probably take the time, since this is the first time they probably get a chance to like talk to each other without the chaos happening since they arrived. Dusk also wants to catch up with everyone and find out what they've been up to for the last year because they haven't had a chance to actually talk.
Absolutely. You know what? If How long will this dramatic conclusion take? I don't think the dramatic conclusion will take more than a half hour ish. So, if we want to open it up for air quotes tavern RP next session, that's totally fine by me. You guys get a break in the chaos. You're sleepy as heck.
Cat naps.
But if you guys want to sit together and invest in, hey, what the heck have you guys been doing for the last year? This would be a good time for it.
Cool.
And we can open up with that on the session and see how long everybody has stories for. And then when story time winds down, fast forward to dawn, sun rising, and then dramatic conclusion. That's gonna kill me every time.
Could they all like huddle down or I guess in the middle of the keep and just like sit in a circle and do story time? That would be fun. And they could report what they've been doing to not just each other, but I guess anybody who might be interested in eavesdropping.
That's true. And several of you have revealed abilities that seem a bit surprising to one another.
Yeah, like
Wait, you
Dawn.
can speak Draconic?
And he's not here to make a comment back for us right now. That's sad. Like, you can speak Draconic? It's fun.
Yeah, like, and you guys just breezed past when he shot the Eldritch Blast out of his hand. No, it wasn't that he shot Eldritch Blast. It's the education that he picked up along the way that you guys were like, what? No.
That's racist.
Yes, that's a little bit. I'm a little surprised that, little Valandra, the tag-along that you left behind, comes storming out, heals everyone, smashes things all over the place. You guys just like, yep, totally normal.
We grew up. We know what to expect from.
We saw this one coming a mile away.
Always the quiet ones? Except she wasn't quiet, so I don't know what I'm saying.
That and also, like, we were in the midst of chaos, and it's just like, oh, shit happening. Things are still trying to kill us. Let's focus on that.
Waverly being a little murder-suicide machine?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The most fighty mouse.
Waverly, where are you going? The front line!
Her intelligence is higher than her wisdom.
Fair.
The best kind of character to play.
See, where's Dusk?
I just gotta work on, not dying. That would be good.
There are some tricks to that, yes.
Once I actually get to second level, and I'll get aid, just preemptively cast it on her every day.
Wake up, stretch, aid the mouse. That's a
Five
long
more
one.
hit points. Don't die.
It's an 8-hour one, isn't it?
Yeah, 8 hours, no concentration. So,
Yeah.
and 3 characters, I think.
Yeah, 3 characters. 5 for the duration. And it is
So
truly
it probably-
the HP maximum, so you can even earn them back if you get them taken away.
Yep.
He's nice.
So I'd probably do that on myself so I can keep healing people, and Waverly and someone else. I'm not sure who else.
Everyone's trying to be your favorite.
You do want to be on good terms with the healer, it's true.
That is an excellent plan.
remembers my other character. Who
I'll
was the
be
healer.
I'll be s- I'm sad that I'm behind in terms of experience because I'll be so much better at healing once I get another level here.
I don't think you're gonna fall out of levels because the XP tends to come in bursts. So I think you guys will be on levels until you're probably like in the 5-6 range. Then it might be, a session or two that you guys have a spread. I don't expect you guys to have a spread much at levels 1 through 4.
Well, I just figure we might get 100 experience next session. We might not get 325.
Let me.
Well, almost certain not to, but.
Ooh, should we do more talk about how everybody grew up together? Because that was a fun discussion last time. And now we have more people this time.
But yeah, once I get another level, I'll have Aid, and then Lesser Restoration, and then Prayer of Healing, which is going to be amazing for rests.
Yeah, Prayer of Healing is a nice one for rests.
Sorry, what'd I miss? I went and did laundry.
It'll be what, like 2d8 plus 8 or something for everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is a nice burst of healing.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Did I have questions? Did I miss anything? Oh, what did I miss? What's all this stuff?
Make your questions. I'll be right back.
All right. Cool. Okay. All right. As I look down at the clock and I see it's already 10:20 here, I think I'm going to make my escape because I get to play with what happened? Where'd I go?
He doesn't get to do whatever he thought he was going to do.
I didn't. Yeah. No. What happened? Okay.
Back.
That's weird. Hi. I'm gonna escape. Feel free to keep chatting. I have a session tomorrow where I get to play with other folk and do a pirate adventure. Yay!
Woo!
Air
Aw.
pirates.
Air pirates.
Even better.
Even better. And I get to try voices that I have not ever tried before and will be horrible, and it will be fun.
Yay!
Yay!
Awesome.
It will be. So have a great night. I will catch you guys next week. I will be hitting up the chat. I will probably not have a whole lot of secret messages because you guys will be, unless you come up with something that you want to do, feel free to come up with things you want to do. And then we'll probably pick up next session with some tavern talk. And then once you guys start wearing down on that and you've explored your varied histories, we'll do the dramatic conclusion of Greenest. And then all the other modules, because this is chapter 1 of 1,000.
Wow.
We're gonna do them all.
We're going to
do
do a
'em
lot
all.
of them. Gotta catch them all. Of course, comments, criticisms, suggestions, etc. are very welcome. If you think of something, feel free to hit me up. If it's something that you're like, Casey, don't ever do that voice again, and you don't want to be like, oh, ruin it for everybody else, feel free to shoot me a direct message. but Governor Tollerball's not going anywhere, so you can't get rid of him. Well, I guess, I mean, depending how far on that evil scale you wanted to slide. There you go. All right, cool. Have a great night.
Good night.
You too.
Bye.
Good night.
Shenanigans.
That was definitely shenanigans, alright.
And I think I've already picked my spell that I'm gonna take at next level, guys.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at
I'm gonna
spells.
grab Shatter.
Nice.
I was waffling between a lot of stuff like silence and suggestion and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
I know I shouldn't be going so combat heavy, but I kind of need to, I think, at
Yeah.
our current point. I think when it comes to social stuff, I should just rely on the regular dice roll at this point and worry about getting us all through alive since we kind of weave in and out.
Yeah. Next. Once we get next level, I'm gonna be very heal.
What are you thinking about
Just thinking
grabbing?
that.
I saw restoration and I was like, ooh, that's a good one.
I get lesser restoration automatically. That's
Nice.
one of my domain spells.
I will
And
probably
I'm thinking.
touch
Go
on
ahead.
you every time we come up to a level because I will take another heal at some point, but I don't want to like
Uh-huh.
double up if you're grabbing heals. I just want to be like
Yeah.
this, like, hey, can you heal that person? Because I don't want to waste this
Uh-huh.
big heal. I'll take small ones. I won't take big ones.
Yeah. Well, and the small ones that are cure wounds and stuff,
Mhm.
you can just cast them at higher level, right? So
Yeah.
you only need the first level version and then can cast
the
them
Rocket.
however powerfully you need.
Right.
But so lesser restoration, I'll have that, and then I'll get aid, which raises the maximum hit points of 3 people by like 5 or something,
Oh, nice.
which is going to be nice. So it's not just temporary hit points; it's maximum hit points,
Oh, wow.
and that's for 8 hours.
You just cast that on Waverly.
Yeah, Waverly, myself, and someone else. I'm not sure who else, but
Sounds
Waverly's
lovely.
just default because she likes to run into the middle of
What-
a whole bunch of
wait,
people who
yeah,
get
yeah.
tactics.
So excited.
Waverly default because she runs into the middle of the group of cultists and
And she is
You know, to
not a fighter class.
in my defense, it was not the middle of the group when she ran there. Okay.
yeah, but they very clearly were gonna need a place to be, so like and then also yeah, I'll also get Prayer of Healing, which that one is really nice. It's not a combat one, but outside combat I can pretty much just get everyone back to full with one spell.
That sounds fantastic, actually.
Or at least it'll be 2d8 plus 8 for like everyone. It's a 10-minute casting time, so but we don't even need to wait for a short rest for that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to pick spells that I think that we could immediately use.
Uh-huh.
I get because he's gonna go Pact of the Tome, which he gets a grimoire, and I get 3 cantrips that don't count towards my. Like I could cast them at
Oh
will,
yeah.
and they don't count
That-
towards my thing. So I'm trying to pick ones that.
That seem really useful.
Yeah.
You know, I think people underestimate cantrips because, like, there's a couple of cantrips and I'm like, oh, I really want that too.
He can get prestidigitation, but he can't get thaumaturgy normally as a
Why
word.
not?
Well, he can now because of this book, but so he could have all the like little helpful things.
Mhm.
Because Eldritch Blast is pretty hard. Like I was thinking, like, what was it? Magic Missile, but he already has because Magic Missile doesn't miss
Like ever.
So ever. So that's like
Uh-huh.
That's a nice
Good
one,
to
though.
have. So I was thinking like thaumaturgy, magic missile, and maybe like mage hand or something like that.
Mage hand's useful too.
Mage hand or bending.
Mending. Ooh,
Mending's useful.
Mending.
One that would be useful, possibly. I don't know how many if anyone else has this or if anyone else has medicine, but spare the dying might be a good one.
You
I
can get
definitely
that one.
don't get that one.
The thing is,
That
he would.
sounds useful.
He would. I don't think he wouldn't, because he's a
Okay.
warlock of the Raven Queen,
Uh-huh.
and they're all about like death and dying and things staying
Yeah.
dead. So he really
Okay.
wouldn't do that. Like he it's not so much like when you die, it's your time to die and you need to stay dead. Like they like undead things, like sentient undead things are very bad. They're frowned upon greatly, but like things like skeletons and mindless undead are
Mhm.
they're kind of like tools and automatons. So I'm planning on him getting create undead at some point to use them as, you know, helpful tools along the way, which may disturb some
okay.
people. But it's like I care very little. But
Did Waverly get her disguise self?
That'll be one of my cantrips for 3rd level, I think.
It's a cantrip for you?
Hold on,
What?
let me just double check. Oh no, it's not a cantrip. It would
I was
be one of
gonna
my
say.
1st level spells.
Yeah, it's a first
Sorry,
level
yeah.
spell. Okay.
Yeah,
because,
it's
like,
one of the spells, but I am planning on getting it next level. I was actually
your
just-
mage hand is amazing. You have the best
Yeah,
mage hand ever.
I get invisible mage hand.
That you could actually
um,
like do intricate shit with.
Yeah, you can.
You're like your main thing.
Yeah. Okay, so we get two first level spells and 3 cantrips. I was just looking that up, and they have to be wizard spells, and they. I was just looking at it. I swear I just saw this. Oh yeah, must be enchantment or illusion.
Message is a cantrip.
Yes, the message tempts me very much. I can't get a cantrip until like level 5, I
When
think.
would I get another cantrip?
I know nothing about monk leveling.
Yeah, I get 3 cantrips and one of them has to be mage hand, and I'm not really entirely decided which the other one should be.
4th level, I get another cantrip.
Yeah, 4th level. So, message.
I'm excited that I have my my channel divinity now, because the life domain thing is preserve life, and it's I can heal hit points up to 5 times my cleric level, which doesn't sound too great in terms of number until you realize I can split it between any number of creatures. So like if the dragon had done the breath weapon on a bunch of us, I could just give everyone 1 hit point
That, yeah.
to get them
That's
back
pretty
up
good.
again.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Wow. Just sitting here coveting my next level because I'm like, woo, spells.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Spells.
I
Spells.
don't know what I'm gonna take though.
That's always the
I mean-
hardest part.
Right? And I mean, especially with cantrips, like I'm a rogue, I probably shouldn't bother taking like firebolt or anything, as tempting as it is.
You know, if you can't find anything else that you really think that you'll utilize, a firebolt, not a bad idea. I mean,
No.
who's going to expect the rogue to have a firebolt?
This is true. This is true.
Just surprise, fire.
But you can't sneak attack on that, can you?
Probably not.
Also, that expert.
Which will be
theoretically,
more
you
important
should
for
be
you.
able to, like, if she's a rogue.
I could try.
I don't know if it's in the rules, but it kind of. Like, I mean, like with the ones that have an attack roll. Like, I think Firebolt has an attack roll. Because, like, you could do it with a ranged attack melee.
Blade Ward is helpful. Gives you resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage until the next turn.
So when you're surrounded by things,
Yeah,
you might as well make it harder for them to hurt you.
pretty much. That might be a good one to take. How does message work? Let me see.
Let's see.
Because I could grab message. Now that you've mentioned
Message.
it.
I think basically you whisper and pointing to a creature within 120 feet, and that target and only that target can hear what you're whispering.
And they could respond, I think, like a sentence. I think both ways. I believe there's a
No, I think that's just in like 3.5 in Pathfinder.
Message. You point your finger towards a creature.
Oh,
within
and can
range of
reply.
square
No,
meters.
you're right. You're right.